I'd like to show you something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
How's it going, everybody? I missed you all. And I was only gone for a few days, and we didn't even skip one episode of Toxic Tuesday, but I'm so happy to see you all here bright and not early, but early for the show, but late, depending on wherever, whenever, however you all are, for the 81st episode of Toxic Tuesday. Guys, I've been wanting to do this one for a while, and like holding off this one was like a tough one because like this was like the year of 1997. You have obviously you had Travolta like doing well at this point in time. You had John Woo being a big director name, and of course you had Nicolas Cage, who had pretty much like a trifecta within 96, 97. The Rock, which we did much earlier on Toxic Tuesday. Face Off tonight, and yes, inevitably we will do Con Air as well. So it's like for me that's like some of the ultimate peak of Cage, and I'm absolutely genuinely stoked to talk about it. And before we talk more about that, we're gonna do some quick acknowledgments in the chat, and we already got a $2, I think it's Australian $2 from Brett Cohen, and he has a kitty with some hearts. Thank you for that, Brett Cohen. How you doing? Let's acknowledge some faces in chat. Bringing the panel: Max Mercer, Brian Barth, Brett Cohen, Eric Rattler, Darius Moonchausen, Dragon Master 360, Gonzalo Borgali, my guys Vince Womack and D Bud Martin, Eric K, Fat Elvis, Dart Viewer, Pull Baby 74, One Man Show, some long haired nerd who I hung out with in Houston a few days ago. And that was a great time to hang out with that guy. One of my best guys I know, right down there. What's up, Steve Mitchell, Maddie's daddy? How you doing? Pinochet's Helicopter Tours. How are you, sir? Deleted Scene, Phantom Outsider. Yes. Welcome, everybody, to Toxic Tuesday. And why does Nick Wise still have his face? I thought his face was off. That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe I'll let the panel decide on that one. And we'll start off introducing Mr. Keto Simple himself, Dustin. Your mic is
Welcome
on.
back, good sir. Welcome back.
How you doing, man?
Doing great. Who did you see in Texas?
Oh, I went to Hell's Heroes Fest. I saw Razor. I saw Possessed there. I saw a bunch of very trad wave heavy metal bands. Haunt was there. They were absolutely killer. But dude, as soon as Razor got on that circle pit was the circle pit. Like it was like the entire grass field was it. I was just like, oh, it's a war zone now. So yeah, it was a great time. I had a blast, and I am already thinking about next year. And also the food in Houston was absolutely amazing. And we went to NASA. We didn't do everything we wanted NASA, but we did enough where we want to go back. So yeah, I love it out that way, and I already want to go back. Waterfall, NASA, great food. Of course, ran to a lot of great faces from around the country, some even outside of the country. So yeah, it was a great time, and it was nice to be able to be in all that greatness in Texas.
Dope.
Yes, sir.
Ready
Glad to
talk
have
about
you
this
here.
fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely definitely in the upper echelon of the toxicity and the greatness mutually. At least that's where I'm at, but we'll get to all that later. And of course,
We'll
the
see where
man
the
who,
cards fall.
yeah, and the man who did make it here,
I did make it. I did make it. Yeah.
Mark D with a C, who I was ready to carry on, and but he's here anyway, so it works out. How you doing, Mark?
All good. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Glad to be here. My meeting didn't run too. Usually it runs very long, but it was short tonight. So, but no complaints on the shortness. So glad to be here. And yeah, this is a damn toxic movie. We were talking the pre-show how crazy this movie is. So it'll be fun. Have a fun time tonight.
All right. No, hey, glad to have you here, Mark. Always
Does anyone have a Nick
appreciate
Cage
it.
mask? Do we have any Nick Cage mask?
Oh, dude. You know,
I wish we had
and
masks.
I wish I had a mask, but we're at Andy Masterson showed off these highly detailed figures that are coming out of Castor Troy and freaking Sean Archer. I'm like, bro, these look super detailed. We will show them off in case people want
That's
them.
amazing.
I know I'm gonna want them, so just a little some for people. So we'll show off the goods as well as the show goes on, as the memes come in, because I can already hear and see the Nick Cage memes coming in. I'm sure we might have to. This one might be out of control tonight with the Nick Cage-ness of it all. So
I'm fine on reface right now, so be prepared.
Yeah, I'm sure the refaces are coming. I'm sure Sherry's out
reface.
Monkey Jeebus, Magic Poop. They're gonna come in hot with this one. But Mark, glad to have you here, sir.
Glad to be here.
Yes, and I'm glad once again you're here early, so this works out. So let's bring in our two guys. And before I do, what's up, Cosmic Vader, Shawnee Step, Action Com, Max Mercer, and Dash Attack? All right. And we got the mad one here. He's back and he's got a full handy. And look, he even comes with a touch.
It's face waterfall. I'm face waterfalling everybody.
Matt is streaming.
Fun fact, that was entirely improv. That was not in the script for him to do that.
Oh, wow. Multi-talented.
Glad to have you here, man. I
couldn't miss it. I was like, oh, they're gonna do another 48 hours. Gross. And then I saw that you're doing Face Off. I'm like, oh well, I'm in. That's all I need to know, man. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and there's so much to get into. I love it. It starts off perfectly. The middle is perfect, and the ending is just bananas. So it's perfect.
It's a
zero toxicity. I was expecting more toxicity. I don't think there was any.
We're gonna have some debate on that as we go on, but glad to have you here, Mad.
Mm-hmm.
Always love it when you're here, and I hope Randy shows up in the chat soon, filled with the handy. Oh, are you two not seeing each other?
No, he's probably still typing his hello. He only has one hand. It's gonna take him an hour just to say hi.
It does take a while, yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have you. And chat, that 70s rock fan will be here. He will come, and it will be great. But until then, we got this eloquent gentleman here.
Right, Tom.
Which face is Tom wearing tonight?
I don't know.
I took his face off.
Face off.
Now it's on my face. Oh my God. It looks just like me.
I can't wait to get started. There's so many things. We were supposed to save this until we talked about it, but since we're talking,
why not? It was a good
could you imagine? Fucking, you're an actor and you're in this scene with John Travolta, and he just rubs his dirty fingers down your face out of nowhere.
That's kind of like Joe Biden smelling hair, right?
I don't think that's the same. I figured that John Travolta would probably have some like well manicured, clean hands that somebody washed before.
I don't give a shit. Don't rub your fingers down my face, you weirdo.
747 own an ass.
Oh man, immediately calling the AD. Steven, can you come over here?
I'd like to file a complaint.
I'm not feeling comfortable. Where's the what do they call it? The
union.
No. The coordinator for sex and shit. What is it?
I don't know.
Intimacy coordinator?
Intimacy
yeah.
coordinator,
Yeah. Oh, got it, man. If they
I
had
never
one
have
in
to use one of
97,
those, thankfully.
man.
So many microaggressions would have been spawned off that face touch. You trigger my microaggression.
Just imagine if their faces were all greasy.
Oh,
And he's like wipes his hand off.
just fucking up
Oh my
everybody's
God,
makeup.
I got a booger in my hand.
Oh yeah, there's a
It's
lot.
so weird.
So much fucking.
You know the people that are like, you got to stop doing that. You're fucking up their makeup every time. We have to reshoot everything.
I'm just glad he
Look,
did
it's my
Brody's
thing
stink
I
palm it.
do.
Well, just be glad Nick Cage did Brody stink palm it Mallrat style with the
Oh.
chocolate covered pretzel. That could have been really
Smell
shit.
that?
That could have been really shitty of him to do. I mean, I'm just
Dude.
saying.
That's
Shitty.
my ass.
Talk about sweat hogs.
Oh.
I just
Especially the
wipe
way-
my ass juice all over your face. I'm not doing that, John.
I told Mark this in the back, but did y'all know that Nick Cage got off the plane from Con Air to start filming this immediately? He went
Yes.
from Con Air straight to this. And by the way, the first thing that they do, they film the boat scene. They put in no time to be like, well, how are you going to play this character, John? Well, Nick, I'm going to play it like this. No, they're like, no, we're just going to try to out banana each other as much as possible.
They did spend 2 weeks together prior. to shooting.
Shit. No,
Well,
they didn't. He was filming Con Air.
No, they had to do a separate 2 weeks so they could like get a feel for each other on like, movements and expressions. So, they basically ultimately practicing mimicry. Yeah. So basically they're Rocky and Apollo. They're like in the closet homoerotic. And unfortunately we didn't get to see all that footage, but we can always have a visual imagination of what they did together to get ready for said roles. So, and this was actually, there's a weird thing about this, that this movie was originally pitched in 1990 and WB originally had their hands on it and they scrapped it for Demolition Man, which they said it was too similar. I'm like, what? How are
Well,
those
because the
too
original
similar?
concept was much more sci-fi, futuresque. And
Okay.
originally, Michael Douglas was attached to it for
Yep.
the longest time.
Yeah, executive
He
producer.
was
Something like
originally
that.
going to star in it for a while too, but then just like
He
Cuckoo's
aged
Nest
out.
and some other movies, he just kind of decided no. And then it was pitched for the longest time as a Schwarzenegger and Stallone
Yes.
project,
Yes.
which
that's
would have been
true.
very interesting. I think it would have been like, I took his face off and I put it on mine.
Wait, hold on.
No, I ain't putting his face on mine.
Hey, no,
Wait.
that's my face.
Hold
Shut
on.
up, Arnold.
I have a very important. So if those two were to switch faces, right? Would they have to do each other's accents? Because neither one of them can do an accent.
That's not how the force works, okay?
So, okay, but when
Well, because if you're having to pretend to be the other guy, you can't be like, yeah, I'm Stallone. That doesn't work.
No, I am Sylvester Stallone and you will believe it. Because I am
but
an actor with great range.
if Pastor Troy becomes Sean Archer, does he do this?
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Yeah, it is weird that Homeboy's wife didn't pick up on if there is a size difference.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to bring up. Yeah, wouldn't the wife notice, like, maybe the
Look,
technique is a little bit different?
The science is not exactly.
Believe it or not, that was one of the number one things women said in the test screening.
Oh, you don't say.
They would definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
There's
what,
one other thing we'll get to later, which you will not believe was not part of the original film, considering the.
Oh,
intro
I know.
here.
Are you
But,
talking about the
like,
ending?
Yes, it's like how does that not that like totally like is telegraphed from the start? You mean
Yeah.
that wasn't part of the story? But when we get there, it's kind of interesting. Obviously, Mad knows what I'm talking about. So yeah.
Oh, I know way too much about this movie. Yeah.
So yeah,
But it opens up with infanticide. It opens up with the murder of
Yeah.
a child.
Well,
Basically, the
that's
beginning of
yeah.
Punisher all over again with John Travolta
Yeah.
on the other side now.
Dude,
this
did you?
is 7 years before that. Even though, interestingly enough, Tom Jane is in this movie. I think he's one of the FBI guys, if I remember correctly. Tom Jane is in this movie, and so it's very prophetic that he was in this with Travolta. And then obviously they went out to face off against each other in the 2004 Punisher.
Well,
where obviously
John,
Travolta is Howard Saint in that movie.
yeah, and John Woo actually turned the movie down a couple times, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken,
he did.
because he didn't want to do a sci-fi film, and he finally signed on when they made it more modern, basically. But the funny thing is like the first actual face transplant didn't happen until like what 15 years after the movie.
Yeah, well, that was actually that horrible case in Stanford, kind of near me in Connecticut, where the woman had a chimpanzee.
Well, there was that one, and there was another one where a guy accidentally shot his face off too. Yeah,
yeah. The chimpanzee just attacked the woman. Oh, it's hard. It took both her hands and then took her face off, basically.
Dude, did you not get a shot of the damage report? Oh, here it is. No, the other damage report. Yeah, the one about his kid though.
Yeah, I can go back. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking it up. I didn't.
Yeah. I think I got it right. Croatian ambassador. Where you could take the overlap.
Wow, look at his hair.
I'm Castor Troy.
There we go.
Wait, can you get to it?
That hair.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, let me take that off so I can see. All right, so we got that one. We got.
I could eat a peach for hours.
Croatian ambassador. I thought I got it. Let's see.
It gets rotten by the time I ate it.
Reason
Not an
murdered.
avocado.
Or maybe it's coming up. I don't know.
We're not gonna make it through the stream in one piece. I can't
because it reads. I mean, we have to. I hope we get it because the damage report, which is what it was called for the murder of his son, is so crazy. The way that the cops wrote it.
I never actually looked at
stuff.
The damage report.
Yeah, that's what they call it. It's insane. Oh man.
Maybe I missed it. I'm fired.
It's something like he died in the arms of his father, and then it even supposes the intention of Nick Cage, like he meant to kill whatever his name is,
meant to kill Sean.
Yeah.
Assume this,
Yeah.
He meant to. Castor Troy was out to kill Sean Archer, and he happened to take out his.
The
son.
bullet traveled through him and hit his son in the.
Knew.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's not how you
Another
write
magic,
a police
another
report.
magic bullet theory, right? Yeah.
His entrance into this movie, I mean, is beautiful.
It is.
Castor Troy.
Oh yeah.
Well, we had a great line already that from John Travolta's character that I love, where he's like, "We're such a covert operation that nobody knows us. Nobody knows we exist. So when we say something, when we snap our fingers, nobody does shit. Basically."
No, these freaking faces, man. I especially right
Well,
here.
let's be real.
You get the
This
face
movie-
early on, right away. As soon as he goes behind that girl.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, oh, he becomes that face that basically becomes like, oh, I love this.
Oh,
statue."
and they both came. You can tell by her face.
That's it. Now I wish I had that "Do Not Come" clip. I would have totally played it right now. That's it. I gotta upload that shit.
Well, they should have known something was up when he went to a girl instead of one of the boys right away. I mean,
seriously,
Yeah.
dude, what?
hey, that's not a real priest.
What a weird haircut Castor Troy had. Like I see this. I'm like, that is like the ultimate doofus haircut, but only Nick Cage as Castor Troy
Pulls it off.
pull it off. I hope you got an emphasis on the face here, Mark.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that. Yeah. Like no one. Oh, I was trying to pause it. Go back. Yeah. And no one notices that. Like priest.
I'm
there.
coming.
Sushi.
Oh.
Hallelujah.
Oh.
Singing hallelujah.
Sorry for the mess on your dress.
The mess on his
Dude,
Did you see that?
All right, so we're starting. We're starting
Oh,
already.
We're
It's
starting
so
already. Yeah.
begin.
Sons of bitches.
That's a good one. I like the too bad it's kind of blurry, but yeah.
I
It's
dance
okay.
better than that.
You get the idea. I mean, dude, literally, he's like, he does a windmill headbang, except he has no long hair.
He doesn't need it.
Oh, I think even though it's early to say, I truly believe to this day, for all the movies that Cage has done, this is definitely one of his top ones. I know it's one of his favorite movies. It's coming because obviously, because he not just goes bonkers he's always bonkers, but the fact that he does it with hero and villain, he's just so funny to watch.
I don't. It just seems like he's doing a smaller version of him as John Travolta, but I think John Travolta is trying to do Nick when they switch, but I don't think John. Maybe it's a language thing because it feels like they just threw out the script and decided to do whatever they wanted to. Because Nick Cage had a whole side story about why he became a bad guy and had to deal with their dad putting him in dresses and shit when they were a kid, and that's why he's now an international terrorist.
Is that why he says he had a bad upbringing? We have to.
Now, is that the only deleted bits, Mad? Because I know there's not very much deleted from this movie. Because it was because John Woo directs like he edits. Like he knows exactly what he's gonna do with every shot.
Yeah,
like, going into the next one.
So
And I heard that there was only like.
I
I was gonna say, what are the guys? No, that's fine. Dustin, you can. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just gonna say because I remember one of the guys from behind the scenes thing saying like they only remembered like 3 minutes being cut out between the original cut and the final cut.
That's insane. But
confidence.
What you were saying, Dustin? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say when I saw this movie for the first time in '97, I wanted that double gun in the back.
Right,
like, in the back and the back holsters, and I'm like, that's so cool. And I look at it now, and I'm like, that's the most fucking practical shit.
100%. Yeah, it's gonna fuck up your back.
Oh, you're gonna fall on that and not be able to walk again.
Yeah, I mean, even cops like on our duty belts, we keep everything spread out away from our actual spine because the spine is important.
Well, there's two different kinds of movies, right? There's movies where you're all grounded and you're in reality, and then there's like the goofy action.
And then there's a John Woo movie.
And then there's a John Woo movie, which I was just going to say. Like, John Woo is basically taking all those anime and other influences that he had growing up and just throwing them in what he thinks is an American film, right? He don't understand this shit.
No.
But he just... You know what's weird is in between the two of them, they look like me.
So basically, Dustin and Tom make me.
That's what I'm thinking. It's
That's
weird.
Amazing.
I didn't give consent to that.
Dustin's about to sue Magic Poop.
I did not consent.
What's crazy though is
thank you, Magic Poop. This is a masterpiece. Awesome. Thank you.
That's amazing.
John Woo's first American movie was Hard Target, and Yeti and I, it took us 4 hours to watch it because we're having to stop every 10 minutes because of the banananess. And I mean, and then when William Brimfrey, is that his name? Wilford Brimfrey.
Wilford Brimley?
Yeah. The diabetes guy. When he comes in doing a Cajun accent, he's like, "Oh no, you got to worry about that gator down there. He ate my shotgun." It's insane. And John Woo's like, "No, that's perfect. Keep doing that. Oh yeah." So I mean, for him to try to control John Travolta and Nick Cage in any sense, it's a wonder this was made.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he had to do anything for them. Like, they're kind of directing themselves if you watch the behind the scenes.
Yes.
Nicholas
this
Cage
is the shittiest jet. It goes 8 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like not even a prop aircraft. It's like it's a freaking jet with multiple engines. It's
like there's somebody
what's the
pushing it.
Yeah, they've got 4 engines on this jet. And
how about the FBI lady? Like, she's so dedicated to your job, she's willing to mack it out with Castor Troy.
Oh yeah, we should highlight that again, right? Yeah.
Highlight what she's wearing. It's one of the ugliest outfits for a flight attendant ever.
Yeah, where was that? Oh yeah,
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
but she goes for it.
Oh, dude, she's all in on that.
look what she's wearing. It's like a
It's
thick
Castor
turtleneck.
Troy.
It's like she borrowed Hillary Clinton's wardrobe.
Right? They could not put more clothes on her.
I almost thought that was John Cusack flying the plane for a second.
Oh, I see all the comments. About
Two of them
Hard
before. It was like two shots
before?
before.
This is
sorry.
a very big gun.
Not that one, but the other one from his like side angle. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
All right, well,
damn.
that's a good Nicolas Cage face.
Every
It was
Nick
way
Cage
back there, don't
face is
worry
a
about
good
it.
Fly
face.
the
Yeah,
fucking plane.
Yeah,
Man,
I
this
love
plane's
Nick
A very
Cage.
big gun. Oh, damn.
It is. There's so much happening here, and I have so much to say, but it's about what's coming up. That's how this movie is. It's like there's a lot happening here. This is 6 minutes into the movie, and we have Humvees, jets, planes, and a dead kid.
FBI girl gets tossed out.
Right.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, she just got thrown off disposable shit. I was like,
Well, and I want to know who was inspired to think that John Travolta and Nicolas Cage were a good pairing.
oh, whoever did that should
The
honestly.
same
I'm
people.
not.
Because
Okay.
they're batshit and insane crazy for thinking that. But like, 'cause
You would
neither
think
one
you
of
would
them
have.
can act like the other. Let's be fucking real here. Like,
Yeah.
at no moment in time in this entire fucking movie are we ever convinced that John Travolta is Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Cage is John Travolta. Not once.
But you would think that they were like, okay, we can have Nick Cage, but we need a subtle actor, someone, the opposite of Nick Cage. What, John Travolta? Okay, we'll just go cuckoo banana in this
Yeah,
level.
we're going with that.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, do you guys want to know who
That's
some
such
of
a
the
great
other
face.
pairings?
Yeah.
Some of the other besides Stallone, Schwarzenegger, there are other pairings that they had in mind.
Danny DeVito, Schwarzenegger.
It was let's see, there is Harrison Ford
And
and
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
There's Bruce Willis
can
and
see
Alec
that.
Baldwin. There's even De Niro and Pacino.
Oh,
Better
wow,
would have
that'd be
been
cool.
like Kurt Russell and Bruce Willis probably could have played each other pretty good. Like
Oh, yeah.
Kurt Russell and anybody else could have done a better job.
Yeah.
There was a Van Damme and Seagal that almost happened. Or
But-
consideration. So not happened, consideration.
Wait, but
And
is that the
there's,
one with? Is that
what?
the one? Because there's one pairing where the guy didn't want to play a bad guy.
Nicolas Cage originally was like he didn't want
Oh,
to
that's
just
what it
be
was.
a villain. That was
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Cage originally didn't want to be exclusively a villain until he found out that technically he was going to be the hero.
Right.
So
Most of the
then he
film,
is just
yeah.
like, okay, I'm
And you had
in.
Travolta on the other side of this, who was actually, this would be his second time actually playing a villain technically after Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow, yeah,
which he
another
was kinda
John Woo
trying to
movie.
break. Yeah, he was kind of trying to break that kind of thing. And that's the thing. Travolta was the one who came along with John Woo.
Yeah,
And Nicolas Cage came later. So like, yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, you got somebody like John Travolta who, like you're saying, man, which again, like I love this movie for everything it is. Don't get
Yes.
me wrong. But like you had to have gone, okay, you got to come up with like even Bruce Willis and John Travolta would have been a better pairing.
because
'Cause I
Bruce
could-
is more
yeah.
subtle. Yeah, he's kind of
Exactly,
stoic,
yeah.
and I'm sure he would have loved an opportunity to ham it up.
Right.
I'm trying to imagine Bruce Willis gone ham and
Because that's just it. You have two of the hammiest actors.
Yes. There's nowhere. There's nowhere
Whose
to go
hams
but
are
up.
not the same, right? Like
all
they're-
right. I'm gonna have to say if I had to take out one, I granted I love them both in this, but if I had to take out one, I would take out Travolta.
Absolutely, without question. In fact, it would be better served if Nick Cage just played both.
Yes. Honestly, he could pull it off too.
Oh,
Convincingly.
I know he could.
In the one I have long hair, the other one I have short hair.
I can't believe my twins shot my brother. He's an international terrorist now.
We're enemies, but we're brothers.
Because a lot of this is played as if they are brothers. It's
Oh, dude, it
it's-
feels like they have a very
almost
close
love each other.
relationship.
It
Yeah,
kind
oh,
of feels like
totally do.
they're kind of horny for each other in a lot of ways.
I like what Action Com says. Like, yeah, if this was made in like the 60s or 70s, it definitely would have been Jack Palance and Charlton Heston. That would have been perfect.
Who would have played opposite Tom Cruise?
Ooh.
Tom Cruise wouldn't have been a bad choice of
No.
either one of the guys.
No,
honestly.
Yeah.
would have not
Because
Again,
he
but that's-
could do
yeah.
both. Yeah.
Because like
He's
Matt
got to find
says,
another
like,
Hobbit.
honestly, he would have been a better pick with Tom Cruise and John Travolta together. Probably would have been able to play each other better.
I could see
I
Tom
think.
Cruise being in Nick Cage's part. I could see him being a good
Yeah.
cast for Troy. Just look at him in Collateral. He was
Oh,
freaking excellent in
amazing in
He
Collateral.
was amazing. It's once again another thing. Besides, I've said this on Mead before that one of Cruise's underutilized talents, besides comedy, is also when he's a villain, because he could be a damn good villain
Yeah.
if he needs to play one. And Collateral absolutely proved it. I saw that.
If
in
not,
theaters.
Casperius is right. I know at the time they would have never done it, but Robert Downey Jr. playing off of Nick Cage probably would have worked.
Ooh.
Of course, Robert Downey Jr. could have handled either one of them. Thing
Oh,
is,
yeah.
if Tom Cruise got involved, he would have wanted the Travolta part.
Yeah, I could see him
At that time,
wanting
yeah.
that part at that
Yeah.
at that time. But man, if this was 2004,
Because
right
he'd
around
want to be the
Collateral
one to
days,
live at the end.
Yes.
And that's probably the problem you'd have with Schwarzenegger and Sly. It's not so much how are we going to get one to sound like the other. It's like neither one of these guys are going to back the fuck down.
Listen.
Right,
Listen. But that's still a huge problem. Them trying to sound like each other.
Well, not just that, but like neither one of them would have backed down, right? They were like, "No, I want to play the cop. No, I'm going to play the cop. I'm
know
going
what
to
they-
play the cop."
Okay, imagine
And John
Stallone
Woo's like,
sounding
but-
Schwarzenegger.
But John Woo would be like, but you're both kind of the cop at one point in the movie. They would have to ADR, by the way, each other
Well-
doing all the lines for each other because they could not do the voice.
That would have been amazing. Now you're talking, Matt. Had they had a movie with Sly and Stallone
Right.
ADRing each other, that
Yes.
would have been amazing. But no, I think at the end they would have been like, "I want to be the one to live." Like that would have been the fight. Like they both would have been like, "No, I live. No, I live." Like so they would be fighting over which
Okay.
character.
Paint yourself the visual of Schwartzy sounding like Stallone. It's a very
Can't
weird
do it.
thought.
It's weird.
and then think the other way around with Stallone sounding like Arnold.
Stallone be like, oh.
It makes me think of Last Action Hero when they're walking through the video store and Stallone's dressed up as Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh, I'll be back.
I'm
I
gonna kill
can't do
you,
it.
you know. I'm gonna make you do stop on my mom will shoot, which is worse than death.
clothes, your boots, and a motorcycle.
I need your face.
Is she ripe?
I need your
That line there.
But I'm serious about them loving each other because they just cannot kill one another. They have so many opportunities and they just can't. It's almost reminiscent of Keanu Reeves in Point Break, where he can't shoot him. He shoots up in the air. He's like, no.
Like, look, Matt, I agree with you because I was thinking the same thing in the theater. I'm like, this dude killed your fucking kid.
And he
Right?
will not kill
He's
him.
got a gun to your face. As a cop, you are dead to
Pull the
fucking
trigger.
rights to blow his goddamn face off. See how I got the title in there? Yet they stand there staring at each other like, oh. No, like Mad's right. I think I don't know if this was a case or not, but it almost does feel like at one point they were meant to be brothers or some shit.
Yeah, something closer than
Yeah, because
Art
this makes
Magnolia's.
no sense after a while. You're
No.
like, kill
Zero
him. Just fucking shoot him
isn't-
in the fucking face. Just like
This happens over and over again. Every time they meet up in the movie, they cannot kill each other because of their horniness for each other.
And then this line's too. He's like, "Your little darling Janie, right?" But
little
daughter's name is Jamie.
I would have shot him for that
But the-
alone."
Yeah, but but in the movie, if you catch it later on, he calls his daughter Janie, and he sees her name on the wall, Jamie.
Yep.
So he's like, "You're not listening to what I said," but I just caught that now with the dialogue there. So he screws. Yeah, because there's no way. Like I could see where Travolta's character could maybe take over because he knows everything about this guy inside and out. But what the fuck does Nick Cage know about his life or try to pretend to be?
Well, they do an all right job of that charade falling apart fairly quickly. Like everybody
Yeah.
starts suspecting him right away. Yeah.
But it would have fallen apart pretty damn quickly, even quicker too. It's just
This whole movie,
just batshit crazy fun movie. It's fun though. It's all it's all fun. But yeah,
just think
I
if they
guess
would have
that's-
told one more person about their plan to do this
Yeah,
face-off
right?
thing. One,
Yeah.
just one. Have
Even
it
his
written on a
wife should have
sticky note.
known, right? Like at least you could have think he would have told his wife of all people. It's like you can't trust anybody, not even your fucking wife. Like
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Or send an email that'll be sent in
A letter after
month
the
or
fact,
something.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
let them have a code that opens up a file. Like remember Departed, when he calls up, he's like, "All right, what's your code?" You know, and he has like his little code to be put in. Something. I don't know. Maybe the maybe the Massachusetts State Police came up with that idea after seeing this movie. They're like, "Hey, you know what? We may need a backup plan just in case somebody's handler gets killed, and we have no idea how to get them from being undercover."
Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Elvis
No, honestly, man, you're half joking, but you would be surprised how often movies do influence real life. Like,
yeah.
Dirty Harry is one of the reasons why they have a special task force now.
Oh, really?
For serial killers and shit. Yeah, well, it was part of the influence between that.
Oh, wasn't Cobra?
Oh, Cobra's way after that.
Yeah. Well, Air Force
With the
One,
zombie squad.
apparently, I don't know how much they saw it through, but after Air Force One came out, they're saying how they should take cues on how some of the way the ship operates in that movie and make it part of the actual Air Force One.
Well,
how much they end up following through, I don't know, but yeah.
After
apparently
9/11, guess who was the first people that the government called?
Yep.
A bunch of Hollywood fucking movie writers and directors. Because they wanted to know every single scenario that these terrorists could think of. It was like insane. It's like, well, who else are you going to go to, I guess? But
So how about this? You hire a guy named Victor. What's his name? Fuck, I always forget his name. Nick Cage's. What are the two? Sean Archer and who's the other
Castor
one?
Troy.
Castor Troy. Yeah.
Castor.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
He'll be
here it is.
hired.
Here it is. All right, okay,
There he-
okay.
oh,
Let me go
oh,
back.
all right.
Go back.
I
Go
did
back.
get it. Yep.
Boy died in the arms of his father, FBI agent Sean Archer, on Carousel in Griffith Park. Castor Troy had intended to kill Sean Archer, but the bullet traveled through him and struck Michael in the chest.
That's not
how you would write that. Yeah.
No, I don't even care for it being referred to as a damage report.
Yeah,
that's
it's like
not very-
No,
it's like an 8th grade book report there.
right? Oh,
It's
so
meant,
good.
I think
maybe
it
they
was
do
meant to
right
look
up.
personal. It was meant to look personal, but I get what you're saying, Mad.
No,
Hopefully
you don't
they do
write them
traffic
personal.
reports.
You're right. You're not supposed to, but it shows you how personal he took it.
Well, no, but
That
what
he-
Matt's
No, but
saying
that's-
is they are actually putting intent
Yes.
into Castor Troy, even though they don't have him and have no motive whatsoever. How do they know what he intended to do?
Also, are we saying that he wrote his own damage report on his dead
Yes.
son?
Yeah.
Case closed.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that Iomega. Oh, I should have gotten
Well,
one
he
for
did.
the basement.
He did.
Wait, I got a nerd
close
out
his
here.
own
That's-
case, so I guess that he did. I get what you're saying, man. I was
Ooh, look at that zip drive.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Who in
I
the
agree.
who in the
Yeah,
chat
that's a
still
good
has their
point.
zip drive? So that was a drive that hooked up
Ooh,
that you could get 120 megabytes on a disk.
Oh,
Imagine
those
that.
lovely megabytes.
And that hooked up to your.
I thought the initial one only had 100 megs, a zip
They
drive.
got keepers in
Yeah,
this
then they
one.
upgrade. Yeah, and then they.
I mean, it does have 100 right there.
Yeah, these go to 100, and then then you had to hook up with a parallel
Wow.
port, which you don't have on your computer anymore. Then they had the Jazz drive, which I think was
I think I'm
1
getting a
gigabyte.
chubby-
Click, 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 the click of death. Yeah, that's just hysterical to see that Jazz or the zip drive there.
Zip drive.
Here comes
I'm
the
Uh-oh.
man.
going to. Oh,
And
here
I'm
comes
gonna
the
blow
man.
you away.
Away. And that's when these graphics
Look
seem
at those
like
graphics!
intimidating.
Oh my
at the
god!
time.
I'm
Awesome.
touching my nipple right now.
That's like watching hackers and watch them hack in that movie with a 24.4.
Great movie, bro. You know, yeah, I still go up to
Totally.
payphones and just try to do the little trick to get free phones, and then I realize, oh wait, they already tore it out. What am I even doing? I don't know when was the last time you seen a
Where the-
payphone
I
by a
either.
payphone. I live by a payphone. No
Do you
bullshit.
really?
Yeah.
Does it
about,
send you through time?
That makes me
2-minute
think you live in a
drive.
dangerous neighborhood.
I was thinking the same thing. Is it near a liquor store?
It's
That's by a
they
gun
actually-
store?
A car knocked into it and they put it back up.
Why?
I don't know. but
Why? Oh,
I
we gotta
did-
have
I
this
still didn't
payphone
even-
up here.
I gotta make a call from it. Maybe I'll call one of you guys from it. I think
They don't
that'd
put
be
gun stores in bad neighborhoods here anymore. You got to go to nice areas to go to the gun store.
All right, here's one's from Sherry. We can't see whose face is off here, but you can see our faces. Face off disappointment. Right? It was mad. Tom,
This is ridiculous.
Dustin, Mark, and I right there. Face off disappointment. I get face of disappointment.
I like my face. That's hilarious.
Oh, that is amazing. Thank you,
And Mark's
Gerry.
just smiling at the
I'm
camera.
smiling. I'm happy. Yep.
He's the only one who heard cheese, and Dustin's just like, really, right now, seriously.
Oh. All right, I got 2 super chats. We'll carry forward. Brett Cohen for another Australian.
Yeah, we should
$2.
pause here because I don't want to miss the science.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we'll do this. I'll pause it up. Yep.
Hashtag Culture Casino stole Nick Cage's hair plugs. Facts for $2. Thank you, Brett Cohen. And Peter Shea's helicopter tours for $2. Says Massachusetts SP do mads based on Whitey Bulger. Thank you, Peter
Bulger,
Shea.
yeah.
Bulger.
Bulger.
Yep.
Okay. Bulger.
I know a lot of people don't, but I like that movie with Johnny what's his name? Pirate guy.
Johnny
Why-
Depp?
Yeah, Johnny Depp's Whitey Bulger movie.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, man. He did an excellent job in it. I thought it was one of his best
It was
roles.
better than his Dillinger movie.
Yeah. Agreed.
That thing was
Black
Mass.
unwatchable.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, Black Mass is a good one. But Public
Pinocchio-
Enemies, which is funny
Pinocchio.
because they filmed that really close to where I live. And I watched that movie. I'm like, this movie is like unfucking watchable.
It really is. I didn't finish it. It was so fucking boring.
And it was like one of the earlier digitally filmed movies too, so it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Brian Barth, I'd say Travolta's good, but I feel like Cage is fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
Fantastic.
He
Go ahead,
puts a
Matt.
lot of work into his roles too. You know, he always talks about. I think the Rock, his character in there, he wanted to do it more like jazz. He looks at acting a lot like music in these beats, and so he's really in tune with how he's delivering lines as if it's a song. It's pretty fascinating the way he approaches his roles.
Look at this tech here.
I respect with Cage. He'll even say he'll admit like when there's a script that sucks, but he's still gonna give it 110% for each and every movie, even if he knows this is dead on arrival. I'm still gonna give it my best. I think that's commendable, even if the movie's absolute shit.
Wouldn't it have made more sense just to switch their brains around?
It really would,
Probably
because
just as believable.
look, I mean, they do liposuction. By the way, none of this is going to increase your endurance to where you can swim from that from that water prison to South California. Anyway, but also
She's a scary looking woman.
oh, she's great though. She's great in a lot of things. She was
She's
in
great,
The Shield.
but she's terrifying.
Yeah, and so here's another thing, like with the whole face-off thing, like all this extra shit they have to do. Like if they were brothers, I think it would have worked so much
Yeah.
better. They didn't even have to be twin brothers, just brothers, right? Like to where they're so
It looks
similar.
similar. Yeah.
You know, one of them has a blood type of AB and the other one O.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
Your face.
One of them's gonna die.
They mention rejection or organ rejection, but I mean,
Yeah.
Wasn't
Cage
there
is not getting.
a time you had to have the face on and then you had to reverse it, or did I mishear that earlier?
They
in the
didn't.
movie?
I don't think they said that, but I mean, naturally, you would reject it without any medicine. So Cage is, in that prison. It's like no one knows who he is unless he's
Yeah.
taking, anti-rejection medicine. But you just kind of suspend disbelief anyway.
Well, he was healed in like 13 minutes.
Well, that's because of the pain medication that we have nowadays. You can do this whole procedure and you're back on your feet in 30 minutes. This is something they say in the movie. They said because of the pain medication that they have available, that you can
That's
come back
not
from
how
this
the
easily.
Force works, though.
But it also, this movie proposes, it has this thing about the face off thing. You just pull on the nose. You got to cut the rim, obviously, because that's where your face is attached, is at the rim. And then you just pull really hard on your nose and it comes
That's
off.
not how it works.
Oh wow!
Like it gets on top of mush. If you pull your nose really hard, you can feel it kind of come up a little bit.
Plus, with your skeleton under the bottom, you would totally look different too. Even if you change the face, you'd still have.
Oh, I never even thought about that,
chin,
Dustin.
chin and
Or
everything
Mark.
else. Yeah, everything would look different, right? You'd look totally fucked
Oh
up.
yeah, you would have to shave the
Different
chin.
shape. Yeah. I mean,
Oh man, there's more problems because the more we look at it, but that's fucking awesome though.
I know. This
Also,
is just insane.
The microchip in the throat.
yeah.
that was a placeholder that the writers, because if you listen to the director's commentary on this, it's mostly the writers, but they were like, yeah, we put microchip in there as a placeholder, but it made it through all these different drafts and we never changed it because really, if you put a microchip in someone's lyrics or whatever, it probably just get an infection. It's not going to change your voice.
I'm willing to bet that was put in there during the phase where they were trying to push it for Schwarzenegger and Sly. And there's your answer, man. Yeah, that's exactly how they would explain why they can sound the same.
How do you change the battery in that microchip too, right?
It's
like, yeah.
I'm Rocky Balboa. I'm Rambo. Hey, I'm some Arnold character. That's the same.
I'm the Terminator, and I'm coming for you. Hey, I'm Conan. You want to see my sword? That's not funny. That's not funny.
Remember when I said I kill you last? I lied.
I like that he got a
get to the chopper. Hey.
As a guy that thought he lost his nipple, I appreciate that. He decided to get a new nipple at the end of this. Yeah, because they were just talking about his nipple.
That's so stupid. Why would you say that?
Scar.
I thought mine was burnt off until I was in the tub. My dad was doing wound care because I still have staples that they were pulling out of me. And I got cold and my nipple popped. I was like, Dad, I didn't lose my nipples right here. I was so excited. I thought I got burnt off.
What the fuck?
Look, see.
Remember, Sally, when I promised?
Oops.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
And these action movies come up with the weirdest fucking names, like Castor, Matrix, Crisp.
Yeah.
That's true. They do.
So you can actually fucking remember them. That's why.
That's a good point, Tom. Yeah, I think it helps you, like, because when it's just like an J. Joe Schmo, it's definitely easier to forget because you remember the actor's name better than the character that he plays. And Castor Troy, when you hear that shit sticks out because I don't know anyone in my life that's had the name Castor.
Castor Oil. Castor Oil.
But that's a company, not an actual guy. Like
look. They just cut they cut the rim and then they put a suction cup like a fucking just to pop it off. Look.
Yeah.
They're just popping the face off. They cut around the rim. The face.
Yeah.
They're like, it just pops right off.
Okay. Since we were debating this earlier, I could actually see these two being romantically involved. Which, if it came out today, these two they would have definitely been in bed together.
My only issue with what Brian is saying here is, first off, he didn't write the script, so I don't think it would be John Woo's intention in the original script because he did not write the script. He didn't come on until after the script had already been written, rewritten multiple times. So that may be apocryphal.
I think it would be kind of neat to see this movie done now with women, though.
God, no. Are you kidding? Way to ruin a good fucking time, Dustin.
We got to transplant their boobs.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. That was Mark.
And then they take Travolta's face off and put it in a jar. It's like your skin is actually alive. It's considered an organ. It's like, how the fuck is it staying alive in this jar? For weeks.
Science, Mark. Science.
That's what plants crave.
What the fuck is filled with Gatorade?
Yeah,
Castor and Pollux are actually based on
energy drink.
Miracle Grow. All the nutrients.
Yep.
There's a Gemini constellation. Yep, there we go. Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you, dude.
I'm a Gemini.
For the insight. Yeah, it's always good to have extra insights in the chat. So we definitely kind of glossed over a very essential part that would develop later on is when you saw Sean Archer walk into the office and he's just this guy who's not really in celebratory mode. He's just there to do the job. And even though they try to reward him for a job done, it's just like whatever for him. It's just another thing that he got done. And obviously we got to remember that because that's an important element that develops later on for the face-off and how Castor Troy channels that, because now you see him now living the probably what fucks with his head. I don't know what you would call when your head's being fucked up with for wearing someone else's face.
He goes crazy in the.
He goes absolutely who's the shit here? It's like fuck. And it would fuck with my head too. I mean, I thought about this. I remember the first time I saw this, I'm like, yeah, this would kind of fuck with my head too a bit. Like, I'm especially like the guy who killed your son and you're wearing his damn face. I just like how this guy's rubbing his face.
Unless Nick,
because
if I was gonna say, if you switched with Lemmy, you guys might not notice for the first week.
Well,
it may take you a little bit.
Really see, I call that a surgery. I just call that regular surgery. Me and Lemmy.
This is important because this is where they talk about all the side effects and issues that they're going to have after this crazy surgery. One, his face itches a little bit. Two, if he gets punched in the throat or a violent sneeze, the microchip could dislodge.
Right.
Now, for the rest of the movie, all that happens is him getting punched in the fucking throat, and nothing ever happens until the end.
Yeah, and one time he touches it or plays with it, and his voice changes. It's like,
right.
When you're talking to your wife, why don't you just fucking do that the whole time to turn it off? Right?
Okay. I see what you're doing, Mark. You're not going to do it. You're not going to poke holes in this movie.
I'm not going to poke holes.
Stop right there.
Movie.
These boots. Does anybody know about these boots?
I know a little bit. I do know that this was one of the most expensive scenes that they had to film for the movie because of those boots.
Stop
and
on the
apparently
boots.
It was also used in the Super Mario Brothers movie, the original one.
That's where they got these boots. Yeah.
Yep.
They got them from the Mario Brother movies.
Yep.
It's not stopping for me. Come
well,
on,
now
stop.
we've already talked about it, so we can just keep going.
Yeah, I just keep going. Yeah.
Let's go and keep going. But I remember thinking, like, damn, those are some heavy sons of bitches. But
so many people broke ankles and knees trying to do these stunts with these metal boots on. Yeah. And these are real prisoners too.
Yes.
Or ex-cons. Yeah.
He wanted to make it feel like you're in an actual prison with convicts. So they got ex-convicts to, once again, believability and shit. It worked.
And perfectly safe. Not going to be any kind of problems there.
Well, it's cool because you see the other perspective because obviously Sean Archer was, on the side of, I'm the guy who put them away. Now I'm in there with the guys who I helped put away, but except they think I'm the guy who's on their side. Yep. So that obviously that perspective is definitely like, oh shit, like that's what it's like to be on the other end of things.
That is a good scene.
Wait, do you think he came out with a new idea about, like, hey guys, we need to really start looking at prison reform? I was in there for at least 3 days and it was horrible. You think he came out with that?
No, bad. No.
The way we're treating these guys is just awful. These boots are so heavy.
No.
Well, then when you find out where this prison is, it's
dude, look at those eyes. Okay, I gotta get rid of my clear art, dude. Go those eyes.
Go back. Yeah.
Once again, every Nick Cage face always deserves a highlight. Here, I'm gonna go full face for this one. Look,
give us a full facial, please.
We're giving you full facial right there, guys. Look.
This is
crazy.
Nick.
This is Nick,
who's supposed to be
Ash, like Bad Ash.
I can kind of see that. So this,
Ash.
Yeah.
So this is Nick trying to act as if he is John Travolta, acting as Castor Troy.
Yep.
Yes.
And it just ends up with him being Nicholas Cage.
I'm Castor Troy. Yeah. I love that line.
Fuck yeah.
I'm Castor Troy. Yeah. Bro. Yeah. Like,
I've got a cool name.
Yeah. Bro. He likes it. He has to call everyone bro when he's Castor Troy. Oh, man. I love it. How he's getting to know his boys. Look at those eyes.
By the way, there's no way that he thought, hey guys, I think it's working. I think I've convinced them that I am Castor Troy. No, you had a mental breakdown in front of everyone as you scream, I'm Castor Troy over and over again. That's not how you convince someone. Although there is no reason whatsoever that the brother would suspect that, hey, wait a minute. Is this that FBI agent? Did he do a face switch? That son of a bitch. How would you even come to that conclusion?
I don't know.
But it's
Because
still
he's very
so
skeptical.
good.
He's very skeptical, remember? They
Bitch,
outline how skeptical he is.
they're skeptical and there is
Like clairvoyant.
Everyone check the face on your spouse or partner tonight just to make sure they have.
I
good sweat.
would.
Yeah.
I'd argue that the.
Oh, I pull on her nose every night.
I'd argue that the mannerisms that Travolta had as Castor Troy were very good as far as how he handled his at home life with his wife. Because especially when you're with your wife, obviously she's not gonna say, "Hey, your face is off." Like they just a big old face swap here. But obviously, when you live with someone you've been married to for, I think they said at this point, 2 decades plus. You're a pick up on odd behaviors that happen all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to pass off.
You're not going to pass on a face, but you're definitely figure that something is off with this picture at the very minimum. I thought that stuff was handled very well.
Yeah, but you'd be like home, like where do the freaking dishes go, right? When we go to someone's new house with the kitchen, you're like,
he drove past their house, and she's like, "You've been working so long that you forgot where we live
for the last 30 years."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. A few decades, but there's also like the out of nowhere dinner, the way he uses his hands, like the way he was touching her, like not the same way that he does. Like obviously that those are a good ways of son. Once again, because your wife is supposed to know you better, especially after that long. Whether you like each other or can't stand each other, she's gonna pick up on traits that you have, things that you do on a normal daily.
Wait, real quick though, I think the where they go past the line for me in believability is him smoking without a face.
Yeah. If we go back here,
anyone who has ever smoked, you got to have lips. And if I remember correctly, when they suction cupped his face off, they took the lips with it.
That's some saw shit.
I was like, "Oh, John Woo, that's bullshit."
I don't know if you'd have a nose. Would the cartilage come off with the skin? I don't know.
But you at least have muscles underneath the lips. That part's true, but yeah, I don't know if it'd be.
You'd be in excruciating pain.
You'd be in a lot of pain.
Well, no, because of the painkillers that they have nowadays.
Yeah.
You'd
This
over
is
it
a
in
great
minutes.
point here from Aya of Nautic. Says Travolta's hands are creepily all over everyone's face.
Where were you at the beginning when we played the whole montage?
Oh, I got it again.
I gotta have it
again.
Go for it.
It's called a face waterfall.
Hold on, let me.
And none of them are blind. They don't need to do this.
Well, one, he would be the one that would have to be blind. You don't do it to other blind people if you can see.
Sure you do.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
You put that together.
By the way, that's improv. He improv that shit. Didn't we already talk about this, or were this backstage?
We did.
Yeah.
You're so fucking pathetic.
And then he does it again at the Oscars to that chick he couldn't pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he face waterfall her too?
Yeah. Okay, Adina Menzel. How do you say her name?
Some shit like that.
The singer, yeah. But you think if you're doing a fucking award show, you'd say
you wouldn't rub your fingers on someone's face.
How the fuck do I pronounce this? Yeah.
I mean, if you're Will Smith, you slap someone's face.
I say maybe that's like one of Travolta's weird little kinks. Who knows?
I mean, he came up with it.
Oh shit! 70s.
I have to tell you, there is an imposter on this panel. There's a guy calling himself Mad Martigan. He's actually that 70s rock fan, and he swapped faces.
He had his face
and accents.
He's a fake. Don't listen to him.
How did you bust me? I can't believe I got busted.
Because I noticed
this just went off the rails fast.
Yeah.
No, you can tell because we have the same accent.
Did I boost you? I boosted you.
Why does every one of your accents sound like a really bad New Zealand accent?
I thought he was being a Ukrainian.
Dude, we watched I forgot what the movie is called, but basically there was they had Hitler frozen and then he had to come back, but before he did his face melted. Anyway, there was a lot of German accent work in this. And
I've seen that. I know what you're talking about.
The Order of the Black Eagle. No, it's the Order of the Black Eagle. Yeah, it's like a James Bond. He has his partner as a baboon. I just did it for movies with Matt. I premiered it on Sunday. But there's so many times I was trying to do an accent, and then I was trying to roll my R's when they're in South America. That didn't go well at all. But yeah, I'm excellent at accents. It's one of my strong points.
You did what with your R's?
R's, you roll them.
Oh, right.
Roll them.
What did I miss?
Oh, not much. Yeah.
Well, not really. This movie was too fucking long.
I can't
This
believe
is a
you're
long
still
one, yeah.
going. I was at a Canadian Legion thing, veterans thing. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have pizza?
No, I didn't know. I had
Metric
nothing.
beers?
No, I didn't have any food or drink. I was very disappointed. It was
Wow.
business. It was all business.
All business, no food.
No
By the way,
food, no
I
fun.
love that his first idea when he's playing his arch villain in the FBI is to fuck his wife. That's a Chad move. The first thing he wants to do is just bang.
Indeed.
Yeah, and then
And
of
then
course,
read her
like you know,
diary.
all the bedroom talk too, right? It's like he's calling her my peach. It's like husband and wife. You know, there's got to be some words between, you know, nicknames and shit. No fucking idea what it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, because they were in a loveless marriage at this point. They're just too.
Well, that's what they kind of tried to put in here.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. D. Bud Martin's got he's got the right idea. I can prove that Mad is actually 70s rock fan. Say diddly 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 potatoes, man.
Diddly diddly diddly
I
potatoes.
knew it all along. Give me my face
Potato-
back.
Clover,
Pick
clover.
that penis up that's lying on the ground.
That penis?
What the fuck did I just come back to?
Something about 70s wanting me to pick up his penis. He left it on the floor over here.
Well, it's very heavy.
I gotta
you
go,
know?
Nick.
I'm gone for
Very
1
heavy.
minute. I'm gone for 1 minute, and the stream gets really gay. as soon as
Where
I
the
come back.
tongs at? I got some tongs around here.
Wasn't
I'm not
gay
gonna
enough.
touch it.
It's not gay enough.
See,
So
we went
we're-
all the way. We didn't just do the faces. We did the peen.
Are we
I
actually
feel like-
only 20 minutes into this movie? I thought you'd be like 2 hours in by now. Peen off.
How did he peen off?
He's a cop, and the only way to save his family is to take his penis
Yes.
off.
We gotta do a strapodictomy.
By the way, so do you think both of them were circumcised or uncircumcised? Because what if Castor Troy was circumcised, but John Travolta wasn't? They would have to circumcise him for going undercover, right?
They
Just in
would
case your
take
brother.
the foreskin off one and put it on the other.
Oh man,
The
a reverse
movie would be called Foreskin Off.
a reverse circumcision, like he's one of those Jews for Christ, because that's what they have to do.
The transferring of the foreskin. That's a really
What
weird
happened
thought.
to my penis?
That's why rabbis always keep a jar of fermented foreskins. Just in case.
What the fuck?
That is a missed opportunity when Castor Troy was like, when he woke up, he realized his face was gone. He didn't check his dick. I mean,
Oh, that's the
wouldn't do that?
first thing you look for. Yeah. Did they take my dick? No, they took my foreskin. That was my favorite part of my dick.
And
My
your two
balls are the
missing-
same size now.
and my 2 missing fingers have grown back.
Wow.
Wait, he was missing fingers?
No, that was a joke. Man, that's called a joke. Let me explain humor to you.
It was weird because everybody was laughing until you said it. That's a weird example of a joke. Let me explain a joke like what I just did. When everybody stopped laughing. Perfect example of it. What the fuck? It's a digital pair of tits. You didn't have to put my face on that too, did you?
Yes, we do, man. Yes, we do.
How do you feel about that, Mad? Let's tell us. How do you feel?
I
Tell
mean,
us
it'd be
your
better.
truth.
Well, if the boobs were on a man, it'd be a lot better. But
Too many women in this.
Walton Coggins and Sons of Anarchy.
what?
You ever see Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, a little bit of it, yeah.
Well, Walton Coggins is in that, and he plays a transsexual.
Does he really? I did not know that.
Oh,
I loved
yeah.
him in Justified.
Well, now, Ava.
Yeah. Well, now, Ava.
Ava.
Jerk off. Jerk off.
Now, this wouldn't happen to be the same meal you made for my brother.
That's-
I think this scene is hilarious. All right, this is why I
Doesn't
feel
it look like
one of Travolta's-
1984?
This is one of his better moments here, where he's like, "We just intercepted the ball's on our side. Sorry." So I'm looking.
Dude, no, the best is when the body. I want to see the body. They haven't found the body yet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Get the LAPD on this. Like he just goes from 0 to 1,000.
Yep.
He's coming to get me.
Yeah, his voice is kind of whiny at those parts, though.
Oh, that's the guy from what show was that? With the Mormon show. What the heck was that? He was playing that
Big Love?
Big Love, yep.
That's a good show.
That was good, yeah. Game Over, man. Bill Paxton. Yep.
Oh, Bill Paxton. By the way, if you haven't seen his movie that he directed, Frailty, fucking amazing movie.
Really?
Yeah, Frailty's really good. It's he directed it, he starred in it. It's has all the best Texas actors. McConaughey's in it. Everybody's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It's a good movie. Frailty.
Oh, this line too. It's like he comes in here. Did you have some surgical procedure? This is actually
See, R.C. Anderson knows the truth.
All right, let's remember that. This is once again I was bringing back earlier, where the change in behavior of Sean Archer's character, but this time as Caster, because now he's confident. Now he's doing things he would have not done earlier at the office when showing up. He's not this guy full of grievance. Now he's a psychopath who's taking advantage of his government position and abusing all the power he has.
But he's kicking ass doing it,
and he's much more likable.
He plays him as if he wants to get caught. He wants someone to be like, "Hey, wait a minute, are you really Castor Troy?" That's how he's playing it.
Well, they acknowledge that they like it, because the one girl was like, "Man, you always had like a stick up your ass type of thing," and he's all like about it. He's like, "Well, I've now had like this change of heart type of attitude." So yeah, obviously that's definitely what adds it. It's like now all of a sudden the people who truly felt that way are now saying something different when they wouldn't really actually say it to Sean Archer.
This bitch. Sorry, I was just reading it, and she's like, "Oh, so that's supposed to make up?" Yeah, bitch, it is.
Yeah.
God, living today.
Like the women are with these men, and the men are very passionate, and they do this job, but they're still mad at the job. Like,
well,
I mean,
yeah.
You married him, and he was probably in that job.
At some point, also, he was shot, and his son, his only son, was killed. Yeah, I get it. It's your son too. Whatever, you gave birth and blah blah blah. But that was his only son. That means more than you just holding him for 9 months until I get him. You know what I mean?
Peaches in hands. Oh, actually, Handy Randy would benefit with a peach in his hand.
Couldn't hold it.
He couldn't hold it.
He would have to stab it like a fork.
Stunt Brat's here. I wonder if she knows any inside info on this movie.
Yeah,
there's some amazing stunts in this one, I gotta say.
Well, most of this movie, most of it was practical effects, and the digital use. They tried to do their best to keep it very minimal in this movie. Now, maybe she can test if she says that there's some truth to that, but from what it looks like, even in now 2023 to 26 years ago, it holds up. When you look at it,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this still looks wonderful to like watch, and it feels like you're in the environment with them, because especially in this jail scene where he breaks out, this is a fucking badass scene.
Yeah,
Worker Man needs a light.
I'll give you that until the boat crashes, because when the boat flips and it's in slow mo because it's John Woo, you're like, oh, those are two entirely different people. What happened here?
Oh my god, I noticed that.
Oh, I noticed that too.
Bad.
It is. It's obvious. But it's still using an actual human being rather than just a digital effect. So, still practical in that regard. Is it not?
Well, no, I wasn't. My argument wasn't no, it's CGI because it was two different actors. That wasn't my argument. I was just like, man, it really stuck out. It's one of the things I've noticed a lot about James Cameron movies. Terminator 2, I tried to watch it, and My God, that whole chase scene with the semi truck and the motorcycle and everything.
Motorcycle.
I mean, every shot you can see that it is an entirely different actor, and it really took me out of it. You know, it's not his fault, you know, because he wasn't expecting us to watch it in 4K. But yeah, it's really, really tough.
You should have known the future.
Yeah,
future. Oh no, I thought this was a badass breakout for Troy, and he realizes he has to do things he's not used to doing, and he kind of becoming Troy a little bit because he's used to doing by, I guess you could say, the law. Obviously, he bends around if he needs to, but now he has to go full on outlaw and do things he wouldn't normally mean to do. It's like it kind of throws him off for first because he's used to playing by the book, and now he's way off the book. Oh, hey, yeah, please, Stump Rat, share away.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Whatever insights you got, please unload. Like at least whatever you feel like you can air, please. I'd like to hear your insights on this wild ass movie. And yes, Long Dong does slap it on.
It's a strapodictomy. Huh?
Yeah, when they cut Nick Cage's face off and put it on John
the
Travolta, how did that go? Yeah,
didn't the actors actually do that? I mean, it was method acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Method acting.
Ah.
So yeah, I like this one. Actress I also doubled. Romy Walthall Windsor played John Travolta's secretary. Oh,
interesting.
There we go. Yeah, no, thank you for that. Like seeing that little history there, because you know, this movie's definitely got quite a bit of that. And despite the intensity that doesn't let up with this movie, Troy and Archer only cross paths in this movie. How many times, guys, do you think?
Like
twice, right?
Three times.
You got in the apartment.
Yeah, chat. How many times for all those who've seen this movie, assuming most of you have, how many times do these guys cross paths?
I think 3.
I know the
3.
number. I want to see the numbers in the chat because I do know the number. I don't use the Google. Shut up. Use your
No,
brain.
more than that. 4, because he visits him in prison too. So 4.
So 4. Okay, so we got some 4s here. And anyone want to say 3, 5? Because you got obviously the prison. You got the
one in the beginning.
Pastor Troy's house. The beginning.
Wait, are we counting the code open as them crossing paths?
The what?
The code open.
When he gets shot, when his son gets killed. They're not really meeting there.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay,
no,
not
I'm
that.
not counting that. I'm not counting that. No.
You're like face to
I
face.
see 5. I see 6. I see A4 here. And the answer, I see 5 as well. The answer would be 4.
Yep.
4 times. So for those who got the 4, here's your no prize. Wah, wah, wah. But no, seriously, it's like, oh, damn. Well, technically, I see what you're saying, Ashton Combat. This movie came out, what, a decade and a half before?
Easily, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying because obviously that takes place in a prison. But when I think of Escape Plan, I think of one line from that movie. And it's that line where Stallone decks Arnold in the face. And I was like, you hit like a vegetarian. I thought to myself, not only is that hilarious, but what the fuck does that mean? Because let's be real here. If I got hit by Stallone, even old man Stallone, I'm sure my jaw would fall off and that it would suck. So I'm trying to figure out what the logic is of vegetarian, but being hit by Stallone. Because that doesn't make any sense, but I'm so glad they kept that line in the movie because Escape Plan's okay, but that one line is worth the price of admission.
It was better
alone.
than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Yeah, it was. As far as the later movies post,
I'd never watched
Arnold's after election. I'd say it was one of his better movies that Arnold did because most of the ones he did after he got out of the gummy bear office, like, were mediocre to good. He was definitely lacking the charm that he had, but that was definitely one of the ones where he definitely was more so on. That and his cameo in the Expendables were like, oh hey, what's he want to do? Oh, he wants to run for president because that was the only one where Willis did 1 and 2 before he bowed out of 3 because he wanted more money, and then says, fuck you, man. I'll just replace you with Harrison Ford. And he did in like 20 minutes. That's it. There needs to be a Phantom Menace Dick's Division parody called Dicks Off. Dude. I'm gonna pitch that to Comics and Culture. And well, Tom's here. So Tom, we have we'll just say our show planned. We may have something here with Face Off and Dicks Off. So
we've been here an hour. Tom. He's still busting out of prison. This movie is insane.
It's a long
movie, but it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean?
It moves fast, yeah. Except when I have to do the slideshow, I'm like, how long is the movie this week? I'm like, 2 hours and 38 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
How you doing, Indie Phantom? Thanks for dropping by. I know you got a late night there. Thanks for dropping in. But no, it does go on a while, but as you said, Matt, there's not one part of it where it's dragging on where I'm looking at my phone, especially nowadays. I think nowadays this movie shows a true test of time because you're at your home, you're not in a movie theater, you have your phone pretty much accessible to your hands. And I feel like a good movie will really test out whether you end up glancing at your phone. And this movie, I don't do that for. And I've watched it probably since, obviously, I've watched it whether it was either on digital. Yeah, I don't really go to check unless I know I need to do something. If I'm checking for like the oven to cook something, I don't check my phone for this. I don't, because this movie just has me, glued. Fuck you, cell phone. This movie's my glue. My dicks does not come off. Well, maybe on the Pride I almost let some shit slip. I almost did. I almost had a slip that I cannot say at all because, well, like I said, if people thought there's the J-Laws, there's the Christmas show, there's the She-Hulky Awards, there's a show coming up, we'll just say in June. You could put the pieces together, and with the Dick's Division, June, I'm sure you guys could connect the dots there on what we're doing for a big show. But anyways, back to Face Off, because this movie is there will be some dick slipping. There will be. I'm Castor Troy, and I gotta go to the doctor's office to convince my wife it's gonna be fine. It's me, Castor. I like he calls it like this. It's totally just gonna be fine. Just listen carefully.
And that's where he touches his neck for the before that. I'm like, just keep doing it so you can hear your voice. Yeah. Oh god.
Maybe he was concerned that if he had done it, it would have stayed that way. He doesn't know because I thought about that, Mark. I thought, well, maybe
he did too, right? Yeah.
If he does that, maybe he'll throw out the device working permanently, because it's not really stated where if you mess with it, it's done for, or if you straighten out your neck, it straightens back up into pattern. I guess I don't know if that has to be defined, but at least that's what I got of it. If I was trying to be logical, whether it was in favor or against that part of the movie, I thought, okay, I guess that could be what is work, because I don't think it's an essential have to explain to the movie, but I can see why the nitpickers would want that.
That seemed weird, yep.
And I'm Castor Troy, and I learned that I had a child, and that this guy's banging my not wife. So that's what they both shared in common. Both having their wives being banged. At least what you because was it ever confirmed that Castor Troy as Archer banged?
Yeah, he did say it because the wife goes
so. But
said you realize we lived together for a week as man and wife.
Yeah, but I feel like that was I guess that didn't.
No, that's what that meant. Yeah, that they boffed. Yes. And she's apologizing. Yeah,
she should know something about.
And then she said he was much better than you ever were. Yeah. I'm going with him. Yeah.
That face was made all the difference. I can't do that shit. Tom, when Tom's back, he can do all these.
Oh, I'm here. What's up?
Oh no, we're doing this scene with here with Castor Troy and him blending in, and the whole sleeping with the wife. Yeah, you do it so much better.
Oh, I haven't seen the scene.
Oh,
in,
especially
like,
this
years.
laugh here.
Yeah.
This is great. He loses his mind.
For a second there, Nick, I thought you said Star Trek on my brain. I thought you said Counselor Troy for a second when you said Castor
Counselor
Troy.
Troy.
You know, from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh,
that
yeah,
would,
yeah.
then that would have been called clothes
here it
off.
is.
Then
Here it is,
Clothes
guys. I want his face off. These little boys, wait, room. Look at his eye. I
You
want
wanna
to
take his face?
You want to take his face off?
Yes, his face
yes,
off.
Yes,
his face off.
Why the fuck is he's got my face?
They're probably like, what the fuck is this guy on about his face? Like all the things he wants to take his damn
No skin, foreskin. It's coming off.
no more foreskin for him. He puts his fingers on his face. He does that. No more drugs in that. No more drugs in that, man. Oh. Oh, that is a gif, right?
That's
I
best scene in the movie, I
Nautic's
think.
comment says, yeah, that's the gif. And here's a whole other gif. Careful,
Right.
he'll take the wax off. Oh, damn. Those fucking eyes. And she's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is your deal here?
Yeah.
I see Indie Phantom's comment about MI2. Yeah, that's really odd because I am very fond of John Woo's like directorial record, but I do feel like MI2 was definitely one of his weakest movies. Not just the weakest MI of the franchise, but I do feel like for Woo, he could have done a lot better. I guess everyone is entitled to a dud, but that one really felt like a dud for me. And Monkey Jeebus says he sent me face-offs. Okay, well, let me go dig for my face-offs. Well, these dudes are doing their thing here. Face off. Happy hunting. Oh yeah, I love this. This is what he lets him know. Like, if you're Sean Archer, then I'm Castor Troy.
And I gotta say, who attacks an FBI agent's daughter in the driveway? It's like the dude owns multiple guns, and he's a cop. Not even a cop. He works for the FBI.
Well, he says, well, he's never here. So
yeah, but there's certain people you don't want to fuck with. It's like,
but it's so weird because then here's Castor Troy acting out of character because he was like telling Sean, oh, your daughter's a peach or whatever, and now he's trying to beat the shit out of this boyfriend.
Now he's protecting. It's like they're becoming each other. And maybe they're trying to say that. Yeah.
I am glad that he was protecting her instead of doing some shady, nasty shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here.
And I read too. This actress too was actually started her career as a
that's
stunt
frightening.
woman.
Okay, we got some. We're gonna highlight a few of these from Monkey G Bus.
Hold on.
This one is creepy.
Real quick, I just wanted to. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, Dustin, it's 100% in character for Castor Troy because he's not a one-dimensional character. He has the kid and the mom that he obviously is nice to at some point, so it's not out of character for him to save this chick from being raped.
Well, I mean, we did, but we don't know for sure if he knew that kid was his or not.
Well, yeah, but he still takes care of them.
Yeah.
Well, you think more than likely it's going to be the incestuous brother, his kid.
I'm gonna give you this knife.
Because she's banging her brother, right?
Later.
Oh, what?
Dude, did you not see them kiss?
Which scene was that?
After the shootout in the apartment. He gets shot in the neck.
I did see that. Then I was like, I thought I remember questioning. Wait, that was her brother?
That's her brother that she's tonguing down.
Oh, that Gina Gershon is with?
Yes.
Yeah. What the? That's Luke and Leia all
All these two are
yeah.
supposed to be brother and sister. Is that what you're saying?
No, her and the bald guy that gets
Volka.
shot in the neck. They are brother and sister.
No effing way.
Yes, they say it in the movie.
What?
I'm confused.
I thought that's what they were saying, but I was confused too.
Sarah Hassler. You were effing right. Of course.
Yeah.
Don't doubt Mad.
Mhm.
Dietrich Hassler
That's right.
and Sasha Hassler.
Well, Ginny Gershon is hot. I mean,
Oh my God, she's hot, but don't make
Okay.
out with you.
All right.
is she taboo breaking hot though?
I mean, we don't know. They could be steps.
That's like some crow shit.
Wow, good catch, man.
Man, mad.
Oh yeah, if there's incest, I'll find it.
And then he ruins it.
Dear.
Oh,
You can't get away
Yeah.
with it.
It's yours too.
new meaning to keep it in the family. Yeah. Oh man, I had never spotted that this entire time. I've seen this movie a lot.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
definitely like, how did I not? I mean, maybe it's a good thing I don't pick up on that. I guess
Yeah,
that's more
that blew
about
my
Matt.
mind.
Yes, her brother is Mac's headroom. Yeah.
I'll let that define Matt. I'm glad I did notice that, but damn it, now when I do watch it again, I'm not gonna unsee it. So,
Creepy flashback to his son.
Yeah, he goes a little weird with his kid.
It's like, I'm kidnapping you now. You're mine.
Oh my God, that kid would have been better off in fucking foster care. Because imagine his life having to live in the shadow of this dead kid, and they're
Right.
always comparing him to each other.
Well, I was seeing that, and I'm like, there's no way that you're just like, well, you can just take this kid.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
and he just shows up with the kid, and she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
okay." Like, what?
not a
We're not even gonna have a
fucking puppy.
conversation.
We got a replacement for a lost dead son here. Here we go. Boom.
Well, that's how movies used to end back then, so that doesn't bother me so much.
Yeah.
But that takes us to the point we were saying before, because it seems like it's an inevitable setup, right?
Yeah.
That you have the kid that gets killed in the beginning, you have the orphan child here. Of course, John Travolta is going to take the kid home. It makes absolute sense. Like in the story of the film, it's a big duh. But believe it or not, folks, that was not in the original script. In the
No?
original script, Travolta just comes home. And
Ah.
John Woo said we should really have him adopt the child. And the studio, I guess, somebody at the studio is like, well, we don't know if people really like the idea of him adopting the bad guy's kid. He's like, all right. So he shot it as it originally was scripted. They tested it. 60% of the audience asked, where the fuck is that kid?
Don't doubt the woo.
I
Yeah.
actually
Whatever the
was in
kid, yeah.
favor of that idea. I mean, the way
So they
I
went
saw
back
it-
and reshot it. Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm in the favor of that scene be there because it gives the kid a second chance to
Well,
have
it
a
makes sense.
normal home life. Yeah.
A normal home life. The trauma that this family has gone through.
Yes. And this is them having a second chance of that
Oh
because
shit.
prior to all this madness that
No,
takes
Nick
place
is
in
right.
this
It's a symbol
movie,
of that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he
he's
could have
trying
been.
to get back to somewhat of a normal sense of life because the whole mission around his life was to getting Castor Troy, finished and finishing the job and going home and not doing all this because his wife had been on him about finishing the job and moving on from this. That was the whole point of that.
Within 2 weeks, they changed that kid's name to Mikey or whatever the fuck the other kid's name was.
No, actually, it says right in the chat there. Just think of the message that sends to the daughter. She knows she's replaceable.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, that's
You
why
better
she
never
never
die.
that's why she touched his face real quick. You're one
Yeah.
of us.
You're one of us. Yeah.
Because teenage girls would be like, I don't want him here. It would not go that smooth.
Oh, dude, a teenage girl would not fly with this being their dad. They get mad at you for being out the boyfriend for being abusive because they could have been trying to stage that so they can use that for a TikTok video. That look at this guy who's doing this to me, and I need to stage this to make myself look like a victim. So, yeah, that definitely would not have gone over well. Yeah, the dad would have been considered the bad guy in today's world for trying to stop that, for trying to stop a bad thing from happening. Nowadays, that's the evil thing to do. I don't fucking understand that shit. Don't be scared. All right.
Where did they get
Dude.
the ear pro out of nowhere?
The
Is it a Walkman?
headphones? Well,
Is that
they
made
put
by
on
Sony?
earlier. She put on earlier because
Well, I know, but yeah, that's all the gunfire, but like, just came out of nowhere.
well, it's a home. I'm sure headphones are lying around. And
Well, I didn't. Well, when I watched it the other night, I didn't realize they were headphones. They just looked like range ear pro. You know, like you take to the gun range.
Right.
Yeah, those are like an old Walkman version, and
Yeah.
Sony used to make the yellow was also like the sport Walkman, and so I wonder if that's like an actual like Sony product, product placement that, of course, no one fucking remembers 30 years later. But
I think 70s is on this right now.
You're right.
yeah, it's very sad. Yeah,
I saw
Right.
your head
Yeah.
move right away. I'm like, okay, he's on this.
Just give me a few seconds.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Take your
Stunt,
time,
right? Yeah, Romy Windsor passed away last year. Yeah, she was very.
Oh yeah,
pretty
I
late,
remember
yeah.
hearing about that. Yeah,
Very sad. Yeah,
Rest
she was
in
the
peace,
secretary in
Romy.
Face Off. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Birds fly over the rainbow. Oh yeah, it's because it was playing that song.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow was playing. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm waiting for this glass.
This was
He's
a
like,
John
that
Woo
glass is
idea.
gonna break.
Yeah, though this was a John Woo idea to have it come through the kid's point of view, and the studio didn't like it.
Oh, I wonder
It was
why.
Well done.
Well, first of all, they were pissed about the music and all that kind of crap, and then they're like, "You got this kid in the middle of this whole thing," and he's like, "Yeah, we get to see what the kid's
That's
seeing
Romy.
and how traumatic it is for him and all that kind of stuff." And they didn't really care for it. But it was one of the scenes that a lot of the critics and stuff noted.
Mhm.
That was one of the better scenes, I think, in the whole movie because of that. Yeah,
And while
kind of
we're in the
stood
middle of
out
all the
too.
yeah,
It's made
Go
it
ahead,
stand out. It wasn't just like standard action shot.
they made him
It
cut
made
it
you-
down a little bit, but yeah. But I'm surprised Mad didn't bring up the whole weapons part with John Woo, because he's very particular about what weapons people have.
Yep.
In the film, and he of course insisted that Nicolas Cage's character had the flashy gold deal. And
45s.
I guess Nicholas asked something about the dragons be put on him because he thought he was born in the year of the dragon or some shit like that. And so that, and then the only one who actually got to pick their weapon was the nerdy brother, but he initially wanted like a girly gun, and he's like, "All right, we'll get you a little machine gun." So that's where he got the little machine gun from. So it's like a little girly machine gun. Yeah. He's like, "You got to at least have a machine gun."
You have to at least have a machine
Cage have
gun.
those 1911s that he's got, or what does he have?
I think they were 1911s. Yeah.
1911s, right? Yeah. Yeah, and of course those are tricked out. Yeah.
So basically 16 rounds, and then you got to reload.
And and the other
rounds.
thing was the armorist. I heard an interview with him on the making of it. He was talking about how he, because he had to keep track of how many loads they were shooting before they would get to the scene, because there was that big lead up scene where they both got their head.
I think
guns
Joan
at
Allen
each other's heads.
Joan Allen was keeping track of that.
Wait.
Too.
All right, go ahead, Tom. I didn't hear it.
They were the armorist was keeping track of how many loads were being shot, because it leads up to that scene, and they shot it all in one sequence, because that's how Wu shot. He would shoot with multiple cameras and try to get the least amount of takes as possible, to the point where even Travolta would bitch that he wanted more takes sometimes.
Here it is.
But yeah, so the kiss, is that what you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at that kiss.
It's a little
That's
weird.
not a brotherly kiss.
Well, he's
That's like
dying
some
there,
crow
so
shit.
he was maybe the European. I don't know.
I never took
never
that
kissed a
and
woman
realized
before.
that. Yeah,
Holy
I just figured
crap.
she was always doinking him behind the scenes, is what I figured.
So
That's
she's
what I
like,
thought, too. Yeah.
she bangs Castor Troy,
Uh-huh.
and then she goes back to her brother. She came
Yeah.
full circle in the weirdest way possible. That is
Yeah.
But anyway, so the armorist, since there was so much shooting going on, and he had to keep track of it before they would get to the scene where they would get up to each other's heads, because he's like, I do not want one of those big loads in either one of the guns when they would get to that shot, because God forbid we kill one of our actors, basically. So he would count the one visually, and he knew the other one by sound.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how he figured it out, because at each take they only did a couple of them, but like he knew exactly how many loads were in each shot, and before they would get to that final bit. But like, yeah. So they wouldn't
Obviously
kill
not
each
the
other.
guy that worked for Alex Baldwin, because he did his
Exactly.
job
I was
right.
like, and I'm listening to this and I'm going, oh my God, considering the shit that just happened, like, yeah, like this guy knows what he's talking about compared to that.
By the
guy.
way, this is a
Or that
Wooism as well. The back-to-back behind a wall, same thing happened in Hard Target.
There's
That's a
another
great scene.
Wooism I will point out later on. that's supposed to be.
Oh, there's so many wooisms.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
Oh,
there's. Yeah. I'll point out the woo. Yeah. Well, plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Actually, I was thinking maybe we can make out some.
You know, it's funny you say that because somebody put in the trivia something about them supposedly having some weird sexual relationship, and that's why they don't kill each other right away, Matt. And I'm like, that can't be real back then. No fucking way.
Dude,
wasn't. But if that was what it was with the way they interact towards each other, I kind of would actually believe it.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of what Nick Cage kind of came up with. Remember, he also came up with the idea that his father made him wear dresses, and that's why he became an international terrorist.
Yeah, that part was actually something that I had heard before. The whole backstory, like you were talking earlier,
Yeah.
where him and his brother were made to dress up, and they would have like a really weird fucking incestuous thing with their dad or whatever. Like, yeah, that was this whole thing that was totally removed from the film. But like this whole romance
Thank
thing,
God.
the first time I ever heard about it was in this reading of IMDb, and I'm like half tempted to like flag it because I'm like, I don't think that's real.
I don't know, man.
That looks like something somebody would just make up now just to fucking.
No, dude. I mean, they have those fuck me eyes. They give it to each other pretty often, you know? Look right there. Fuck me eyes.
Then again, it is John Travolta. I mean,
Was he trying to kill his brother there? That was just
Well,
that
I'm
was such a
trying to
random
figure out,
scene. It's
too.
like, how the hell did he get up there on the freaking? He's swing. Where's he fucking swinging there? Where's he going? It's like,
dude.
well, there was some other.
It's a brother. It's like what?
There was some other controversy that went down during this film, and I cannot figure out what the hell it was all about. But supposedly, John Travolta not only fired his stand-in, but there was some court proceeding involved because I guess the stand-in tried sabotaging the entire film. And I can't figure out what the fuck. I can't find anything about it, like in paperwork or an article about it. It's really weird. But of course, around this time period is also the same time period where a lot of accusations about him were coming out. So I'm wondering if it's related to that. So I have no idea, to be honest with you. So
Yep.
Why are you so upset? That's Castor Troy's brother.
And Margaret Cho, who I believe is in this film, also is one of the people who is one of the first people to come out and say that kind of shit about him too. So,
oh yeah,
yeah.
You haven't found the body yet.
You had
such a great line.
Yeah,
he has a weird, like, high tone voice when he has his more emotional.
What are you talking about my voice?
No, but he does. Like,
you got a problem with my voice and my chin?
When Cage goes nuts, it's like perfect. But then when John Travolta gets into his emotional parts, it's like, wow, your voice kind of. I don't want to say it's soyed up, but it definitely does not sound as intimidating as when Nicolas Cage goes nuts, where Cage is just like, wow, this guy's just animalistic. And this is the first guy who he comes out of the closet to.
Did he poison him? Guys,
no, the guy's just having a heart attack.
He just stared at him really hard.
No, I thought he would maybe poison him or something, gave him something to give him a heart attack.
He induces it somehow. He induces a heart attack somehow.
This is an old ass man.
Yeah, well, I was.
He was already like having chest pain. You could tell. And then he just kind of hits him in the chest and pushes him down.
No, but I was thinking maybe poison him, but yeah.
We got another face off.
That's how a woman kills somebody.
This is Comics Division and Nerdrotic right there. And there, yep, it's about exactly what you think it is. The dick's off. Thank you for that magic poop. I'm trying to think who else would have a good face off here. Maybe because
you guys don't even realize me and Mark have been each other this whole show and nobody's been able to figure it out.
Yep.
Well, me and Dustin
on camera, Tom.
He fed me. I'm Mark, of course.
I've been Dustin.
Changed icons, yeah.
And I showed him how to do this stuff here on the screen, and yeah. The biggest problem of it was me getting clear to fuck over the other side of the country. That's why I was a little late getting here. So.
Yeah.
Well, the other
John Travolta flew you over in his 747. Yeah.
Oh my God! I can fly a plane and I don't crash.
He only asks for you to kiss him on the steps as he's getting out.
So all you got to do is kiss me on the lips and touch it once.
Kiss him on the steps and the lips. Yeah.
Ooh.
And let me run my hands across your face.
Yeah, we got to do the movie Perfect one time. No, just kidding. If I remember that.
Oh God, there's some bad Travolta films. Lord Almighty. Battlefield. We got to do before that.
Battlefield Earth.
Oh,
what? How dare you?
Alive. I mean, I can keep going with this. Look who's talking now.
What?
2, if you want to be clear about that. Look who's talking 2 is not that great either.
I'd have to think about which are the movies.
The Experts was kind of a weird one. What was the other ones he's did in that 80s period that was real bad?
It doesn't count.
You know a movie he really soiled? That Michael movie.
I like that movie. My grandmother loved that movie.
Yeah. That was okay. Phenomenon was good.
Phenomenon
and Michael were in the wake of his comeback.
Phenomenon.
But everyone liked Wild Hogs, I guess. That was a silly movie.
Yeah,
I liked Wild Hogs. It was fine. The
John Gotti one was really bad. Yeah, that was like one of the worst movies ever.
Oh, what was that movie where he was
for all the wrong reasons?
Wait, no, The Fan. That was Robert De Niro.
No, The Fanatic or whatever the hell it's called. The one with him and Devon Sawa.
Oh, okay. What was the one where it was in Europe? He was bald and snuck a gun in through his Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. What movie?
It was
that?
bananas. Paris on Fire.
Yeah, Paris something or other. Yeah, and
something like that.
He was all right in Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 though.
Yeah. I like that one too.
What else?
Denzel pulled that one out along with him.
I mean, it was
Paris
right
with
remake.
Love.
From Paris with Love.
With
yeah,
Love,
it was like,
Swordfish. We all love Swordfish.
Swordfish was good.
Had a couple of good
moments.
moments.
Like The General Daughter, which was kind of one of the
fucking military bullshit.
What else? He has a couple other ones in that.
Punisher, right?
Punisher,
yeah. Howard Saint. That's where he hired Kevin Nash as the Russian, just the general, the Russian.
Didn't he do a movie with like Samuel Jackson or something? I'm trying to think.
Oh, he had
yes,
to.
Yes,
have.
he did. Oh God,
not Formula 54, is it?
No.
No, he did do a movie with.
I'm trying to think.
It was your late 90s
because he did a bunch of these no-name fucking like action movies. After a while, he kind of turned into proto Bruce Willis.
This is driving me nuts. I was just about to watch it a few days ago. Damn it.
Is John Travolta bald now, Bryant? Well, he's been.
Yes, he is bald now. He's been, yeah.
The rumor is he's been bald since like the early 80s, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like basically once you get to Look Who's Talking, he's wearing a hairpiece.
Oh, he was the voice of Bolt. I forgot.
Oh yeah, he did Bolt. Yeah.
He did Bolt.
Yeah, we had about a 2-week period. We watched that every day.
Speaking of Pulp Fiction, when the fuck are we doing Pulp Fiction on this fucking?
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I hope so.
We're gonna do it.
Primary Colors.
Did you see what I found this week? Oh, Primary Colors. That was a weird one.
Poison Rose was the name of the film with Samuel L.
Domestic
Disturbance.
Disturbance.
That was Morgan Freeman. No, that was Morgan Freeman. Sorry.
Maybe Domestic Disturbance. Was that the one?
Maybe that. Yeah, that's the one I think I'm thinking of. Is Domestic Disturbance. Is he in that?
I don't know.
It was Domestic Disturbance. That was one.
Wait, not with Samuel L. Jackson though, was it?
No.
That was Vince Vaughn.
That's who I was. See, at least I mixed up the white dudes.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson was in Basic, wasn't he?
Yes, Basic.
Yes, that's
Basic.
the one I was
Thank
thinking of.
you,
Because I was saying they're
Thank
both
you.
on the cover, like half their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch the White Man's Burden movie with him in it?
Yes.
Oh god, yeah.
That was such a weird movie.
Yeah, that was a weird
Well, it's kind of prophetic. It's a prediction of the future in this.
I think it could be a good Toxic Tuesday movie because it's pretty toxic.
We will do it.
That was just a bad film.
Oh, he was in Savages. Savages is a very underrated movie. Oliver Stone movie too.
Hairspray. I never watched Hairspray.
Savages,
like the original.
It has Aaron Taylor Johnson and Taylor Kitsch in it. Blake Lively.
Okay.
It's a really good fucking movie. It's an Oliver Stone movie. It's really good.
Another Monster's right though. We got to start with Reservoir Dogs.
From Paris with Love.
Or should we actually start with True Romance?
Ooh, that's a good one too.
You know, maybe after there's the Mission Impossible saga, we'll do Quentin Tarantino month.
Tom, From Paris with Love was the one where he snuck into Paris with the gun and the Monster Energy drink or whatever.
Established that.
Oh, I didn't know we had a name of it. I think we called it Paris on Fire.
You did.
Well, yeah.
That was just your wish fulfillment calling it Paris on Fire.
That is not true, Sherry. How dare you?
Yeah, but for every Get Shorty, he had several Be Cools after his
What up,
comeback.
Boris
in
and
the 90s,
Natasha?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's in that one too. Be cool.
Straight to
Yep, he was.
1992. Straight to TV.
Oh, that one? He was in that?
Yeah.
Dove, dove,
I didn't know he
dove.
was in that.
When
How does so many
doves
doves get in this
cry.
church? I mean, there are like thousands of doves in this church, and there's gunfire going off, and they're all sticking around to fly around through the church. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it's kind
I
of
shit you not. In Hard Target, a dove helps Jean-Claude Van Damme solve a mystery.
Oh, wow.
It literally flies over to a piece of the puzzle that he needs to figure out and points at it. And he's like, dove, dove. I don't know what a dove sounds like, but it's like dove. And you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
This is the third act of the movie, and I truly feel like it does stick the landing because the movie builds up the crazy, and it just really
This is a definitive, like when you say popcorn film, this is a great popcorn film that delivers. Absolutely. But like, no, the whole dove thing,
because it's so long.
Yeah, there's a funny story about the dove thing because the producer was like, at first they were like, we're not gonna let you use the doves, John. He's like, oh. Like, yeah, it's just too much, takes too much time, all that kind of bullshit. And he thought about it for a little bit or something like that. And he goes, all right, fine. He goes, if you can promise me that the doves never slow down production, you can have the doves.
Can't promise that.
He did it, I guess. But like, he's basically like, that was his way of saying, if we get one day where like the doves are being a problem, that's gone. It's done. Like, we're not.
They would just
using
shit
it, like,
over everything.
Well, I'm sure that was part of the problem too. Is they had a cleanup crew after
this is my
shot.
my favorite part of the movie when he comes in. It's fucking brilliant.
Isn't this religious?
Oh, it's so fucking great.
Like a Joker walk.
It must be a dream for these two guys.
You know,
though,
that's sad we never got a Nicolas Cage Joker.
Chew the scenery when they're filming this. I mean, they must have loved it.
Oh, I saw it in the chat earlier. Somebody asked who would play Batman if Nick was the Joker. And my first thought was, well, Nick. I mean, I can't think of anyone better.
Actually, Travolta wouldn't have made a horrible Batman back in the day, but he's like way too old here.
I think his Joker would have been a lot like Jim Carrey's Riddler, which wouldn't have worked.
Except everyone could recognize him from his chin, though, right?
Yeah, he's got. Well, that's one of the reasons why I think he would have been able to pull it off. Is he could play the debonair, dashing like Bruce Wayne version, and then when he's in the bat suit, he's got that chin to fill out the cowl, right? Like,
All right, I got a direct dono I'm going to acknowledge, and I'm going to do it now with this clip. Whenever we get direct donos, this is how we acknowledge them.
That time, I heard you coming.
In New Jersey.
Captain Marvel's going to be jealous now.
Never forget that.
So we have Joe's Atmosphere for $5. Says if Travolta dances in a movie, instant hit. Saturday Night Fever, Michael, Pulp Fiction, Hail. Hail to you, Joe's
I haven't seen Hail.
Don't forget, look who's talking.
No, that's just him acknowledging us.
I know.
Dad, you asshole.
Nick, I knew. I love Nick's like, no, mad, dumb. That's not a movie.
People tend to forget that the first Look Who's Talking is one of John Travolta's highest grossing films.
Really?
Directed by Leonard Nimoy. Mr. Spock.
The original, yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie. I had it on VHS.
Oh no, the original didn't. I thought Nora Ephron directed the first one.
I thought it was
she just write
Nimoy.
it. Are you thinking of Three Men and a Baby, dude?
I remember thinking of 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, he directed 3 Men and a Baby. Yeah.
John Woo directed 3 Men and a Baby.
Now that would be an interesting film.
Yeah, don't you remember the baby killed them all at the end in a high-speed chase
as doves flew?
Now I want to see a movie about 3 men who are killing a bunch of people over a baby. Like they're gonna get that baby.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
I got the movie for you, Tom. It's Shoot 'em Up.
I've seen that. Yes,
that was
you're right, man. It is kind of the same.
Yes, yeah. Shoot 'em Up is a great movie. It was supposed to be an anti-gun movie, but all it does is make you love guns even more.
It makes me hate carrots.
Paul Giamatti was fucking awesome in that.
Well, Paul Giamatti's fucking awesome in everything he does.
That's true.
He could probably take a piss and it'd be awesome. I'm taking a piss. I'm pissing.
So the lovely Sherry for $2 says,
Nice.
Who's coming?
That time.
Paul Giamatti is coming.
Paul Giamatti's coming.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come all over your fucking face.
Thank you, Sherry.
I forgot what the name of this show was. But Jason Mantzoukas and Paul Scheer were on it one time, and Paul Giamatti was in a dumpster for the entire show as they tried to guess who was in it by like what movies has he been in. And I was like, dude, what actor would be cool spending over an hour in a dumpster while people try to guess who's in it?
Take care of her boy.
Done.
You love.
Well, it could have been worse. The kid could have been adopted by Bruce Wayne, right? I mean, that could be a more dangerous life, right? Yeah.
Barely. I mean, sure, yeah, you'd have to worry about rabies because all the bats.
Batman is about to face his biggest adversary ever. Child Protective Services. Hi,
Mr.
I'm
Wayne,
Joanne from Child Protective Services. We need to talk about Dickie.
Mr. Wayne,
think
there's
these
way too
batarangs
many
are child
bats in
safe?
here for a kid. I mean, it's one thing to have it as your wallpaper, but to have them as pets?
Bats got rabies, okay? And then kids don't understand. They just see these little cute little animals. They're like, I'm going to play with it. And they pick it up. And oops, they get bitten. Now they got fucking rabies, just like Cujo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're going to jump all over your car, and you're going to have to be stuck in there.
And look
That's
at that car.
not a
That
Cujo.
car's way too big, and there's no seat belts. Where's the back seat, Mr. Wayne? I don't see any place for a car seat here for Mr. Robin.
Are these rockets? Are these rockets on your
So-
car?
Bruce
I don't
Wayne
think
does-
that's regulation, sir.
Bruce Wayne goes against like OSHA regulations for his cave and Child Protective Services. He obviously
And what's with the
Imagine him-
penny?
Imagine Bruce Wayne at the DMV trying to get his fucking Batmobile registered.
Where are the emissions controls in this vehicle, sir?
Is this
Look,
a
it's
jet
got-
engine?
Is this electric? Is this an electric vehicle?
Look,
Turbines the power.
It just goes fast and it makes a big boom. That's all I know.
Has anyone made love on the bonnet, the hood of this vehicle at all? Or-
I cannot deny
Say-
or confirm any loads that may have been shot on the in or around the Batmobile.
What's that dude's name that plays the Batman in The Batman? Patton. Not
Robert
Patton.
Pattinson.
Sparkly,
Yeah.
sparkling on.
Dude, that is the most fucking Bruce Wayne thing I've ever heard. Him banging Catwoman on the hood of the fucking Batmobile.
Yeah,
Too
people are
bad he couldn't
complaining
be like
about
Bruce
that.
Wayne in the fucking movie.
Oh my
What do you-
god, he is worse. But outside of George
Worst
Clooney, maybe even
Batman
ties
ever.
with George Clooney, he is worse than
Well,
George
no,
Clooney.
George Clooney was a great Bruce Wayne, a horrible Batman. Let's get that straight.
He wore
Yeah,
those
great
bat
nipples.
nipples well, sir.
Fuck yeah, he
Goddamn
did.
right.
No,
Don't you ever make fun of Clooney again.
I'm
I
not
like
making
Clooney.
fun. He's better than Pattinson.
He's
I'll-
one of the Mount Rushmore Batmen, sir.
Oh, wow, I don't know anymore.
Christian Bale's just like a little weenie.
Wait, what? Das Tech, what Gerald Butler movie did I bring up?
I mean, go to a comment.
I don't remember.
I
Yeah,
think Gerard Butler could play me.
Could he play you? Play you?
They'd have to
Batman?
airbrush his abs on again.
I don't care.
Did y'all see that
They
fucking
do that
plane
with the
movie of
suit.
his?
What, say
Anybody
again,
else
Matt?
see that plane movie with Gerald Butler?
The
No,
new
I
one?
did
No.
not.
Yeah.
Is that a good?
It was very paint by numbers. Yeah, we know what happens next. It's fine.
Silly-
The action
silly,
wasn't
stupid fun.
good enough to really hook you. You know,
Mhm.
it was fine.
Extremely
it was a
mediocre.
mid-budget '90s type movie.
Okay.
Alrighty. Brahmable says, I saw Plane. It was a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think everybody's on board with one man show plane. Meh. 10 out of 10. Oh, I don't know about that.
I did not see Doth Plane. I,
I
did
didn't
not.
see it.
But I do know I
The plane.
I've seen Das Boot.
I like the explosions here. Where the
How does he not get sorry, Nick, blown to shit? He's like right next to the explosion right there.
What's fucked up is you've got this stuntman who does like this skiing shit, right?
Yeah.
And then Nicolas Cage fucking does it too. Because all this shit is in camera. None of this shit. There's no CGI in any of this shit at all. And like the whole like fucking final sequence with the boat was shot in like 3 different separate things. They shot the boat separately, but then they actually threw the fucking stuntmen in another person. Like it's just crazy how they put this shit together. And they didn't really have all the CGI stuff that, I mean, they had a few things to take out wires and stuff, but like all this stuff is practical and shit, man. Like,
looks great. I mean,
really nuts.
Well,
and they
until you
crash
see
a
their
real
faces.
fucking plane up here in a bit too. Like, or did they already do that?
Wait, the plane
earlier
was
on
in-
the movie. Earlier on the movie where they crashed
Okay, yeah, that was an
plane,
actual plane when they crashed
Yes.
it too. By the way,
That's
that cost
expensive
13 million fucking dollars to do.
Okay.
Wow.
So I got a wooism here. This whole boat scene here was actually supposed to be used for Hard Target.
Oh, down on the bayou.
The boat.
Yeah,
this
I think the
whole
ending
boat
changed
chase-
a lot, didn't it, from
Yes,
the original script?
this was
man?
supposed.
Yeah.
There was a big change, and this was originally supposed to be used for Hard Target, according to Mr. Wu himself. So there's your wooism.
Those, I guess, the same boats too. It looks like identical.
Fast boats
yeah.
are so like late 80s, early 90s, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't
Miami Vice.
one of those one of those hovercraft things, like in Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh, dude, that was
here.
Oh,
man.
the pontoon
was
boat
awesome.
thingies or the actual hover boat thingies?
Yeah, the hoverboat thing in Rumble in the Bronx, or in Order of the Black
Yep.
Eagle.
That was a great
It was Rumble in
Toxic
the Bronx, I
Tuesday
think,
when
right?
we did
Wasn't it?
Rumble in the Bronx, especially when that one got on the grass.
Oh, and then you saw him break his ankle, you know, because they used that cut.
Yeah.
It's like, and I clipped it, and everyone's like, "No, don't show it." It's like when Jackie Chan
Jackie
lands.
Chan has broke like every bone
Every
in his
bone.
body but his dick.
that we know of.
Yeah, right. Abigor, that was one of our much earlier episodes of Toxic Tuesday. That was a
Yeah, go watch
fucking-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, go. That was a badass.
You
movie.
can skip it. I wasn't on that one.
Pretend Matt is there.
I'm sure we put Matt on faces there somewhere in the movie. Mark is good at that.
Yeah.
That's how Matt is always with us, even when he says he's not. That's how we make
Your
him.
presence is always felt.
Except in the intro.
Like, well, look at that stunt. I mean, going from one boat to the other,
Dude,
full speed.
right?
It's like, it looks real, like they did that. I mean, maybe I guess like you said, they're on wires. There must be. I don't know how the hell they did that, but that looks.
Even if that's wire,
looks
that's
incredible.
really damn good wire work because this shit looks
Yeah.
so like he's actually doing. Like it makes me feel like wow, Nicolas Cage actually does this shit for sport. Like, I'm just gonna jump from boat to boat, guys.
I mean, that's how I took out my ACL a few years ago. I was jumping between boats, and I landed on the other boat the wrong way, and I fell down. My buddy's like, "Shit, you all right?" And I'm like, "No." I think I just fucked up my knee. It's like,
holy shit, that was episode 30. Wow,
30.
Vince just checked for. Thank you, Vince. Wow, episode 30. We're on 81. Holy damn. That's
well, we have
fucking
you have a
crazy.
playlist for that, right? For Toxic
I gotta
Tuesday.
update it. I haven't updated
Yeah,
since like episode 50, so I gotta
Oh, you got
really
some work to do, man.
I know.
No eating
I had
pizza.
I had like 1 through 50 or something like that, maybe close to that. And I
You
have
better
not-
do that because, like, what if we ever like do 2 movies by accident? We forget, like, in a few years, like we did a movie.
Oh, I know.
Oh, believe
Oh.
me, chat won't let you get away with shit.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. We have a huge chat, and they will know and they will remember. And we've had more and more as the shows have gone on. So that
Sherry,
is what-
Yeah, no, you guys haven't done Hard Rain, right?
No, we
I
have
did-
not.
I remember that movie though with not Kristen, was it Kristen Slater?
Slater's in that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. During a flood. It's like Hurricane Heist, but in the 90s.
All right.
That's actually a pretty good description of it.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's in it.
Fucking Freeman. Brett Cohen for another Australian $2 says culture stolen hair plugs are terrorists. Oh dear.
Did they really get Cage to do this?
Oh, my favorite Jackie Chan movie is The Foreigner, which is a very recent Jackie Chan movie.
I have not watched The
With
Foreigner.
Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, it's good. It's good, man.
I do love Shanghai Noon. I do love Shanghai Noon. Thank you for that, Brunson Right Wolf. I love Rush Hour 2, and I do want to inevitably do at least the very first Rush Hour for a Toxic Tuesday someday. That is definitely one we gotta get to. I think that was one of the first R-rated movies I snuck into when I was
First
a kid.
one's good. I didn't really care for 2 and 3.
I didn't like 2 and 3, but actually no, never mind. Hold on, backtrack. I didn't like 3. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't like 3. 2 I didn't mind, but first I love the first one. I was so happy. I was gonna
look how far these guys fucking fly here. They landed
this is what I was talking
a foot
about.
of water.
Yeah, and you can just look at their faces. Or like
you could tell
two dudes from a whole other town.
Yeah.
God bless them for doing that stunt. That's
Dude, but this is what I was talking about, where they actually combine the boat and the two stuntmen in 2 separate shots. Yeah,
they have to, because if you have a boat that's trailing you after an
land
explosion,
on you.
It landed like 6 inches of water.
Yeah, look at the
poor Yeti.
That's not stopping
Broken everything.
And that's what stuntmen do, kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to do that Hard Rain because Betty White's in it.
Which one?
That Hard Rain we were talking about with Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
I used to do a hurricane heist. Are you kidding?
Oh, the Spy Next. I did not see Around the World in 8 days only because I remember seeing the trailer for that and not looking promising for that one. So I can't answer out the other ones, but I didn't mind the tuxedo, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. That's where I'm at with that one. But we got just when you think it's over, and then he's just like, nope, Castle Troy's got more, because he's always got more, and he gets him one last time. He tries to cut off his own face before he realizes he's done for. I was like, the last thing you see is this face. God, I was like, wow, this movie's so chaotic.
Because I wasn't quite sure if he was trying to like scar it up so he couldn't use it again.
Yeah, like he would always
That's
remember
what I
it.
got.
Like, motherfucker, he's not going to forget this shit. This was very traumatic. This isn't something that you forget. Like, hey, Dad, remember that time that you switched faces with that super duper bad guy? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was weird, huh?
I got multiple ideas out of that one. I mean, Dustin, I thought of that, what you were saying, and I thought, okay, clearly there's a little bit of the whole like remember this face because the face you gotta stare at type of thing. I thought multiple things overall, but the first idea was initially what you thought of.
Die. He does like weird fucking die.
I've misbehaved.
I've misbehaved. That sounds like some John Travolta actually says, I misbehave. Oh, what the fuck?
I need to be punished. Spank me, Daddy.
What?
It's like I need to be punished. You're just explaining like spank me, Daddy.
Do you know how the internet works? People can clip that, Dustin.
Yeah.
Oh, that is free. I actually agree with this clip right here.
Ooh, I don't know. New York Vampire or no Vampire Kiss?
Not a bad movie.
Shit.
It doesn't suck. It's watchable. I'm putting my foot down on that one. It's not a bad movie at all. Even the crap that, like I said earlier, even movies that are absolutely crap, he kills it in those movies, and he helps make them watchable.
When he yells at his secretary about the filing, remember, he's like, in his A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
You don't. Okay, I guess we're the only two that's ever seen this movie. He runs through the streets of New York. No, by the way, those weren't extras. They're just filming, and he's like, "I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire."
Mm-hmm. Die, guys. I still I still can't fathom how bad that hairdo is, but it's so great because it's part of Cage's character. Because that's a bad. It's like that's good. It reminds me of all the bad haircuts that came in the '90s. I'm like, yep, that's definitely one of those are ones, along with the Jim Carrey bowl cut in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Caesar cut from ER with George Clooney.
The funny thing was, even though Nick didn't want to make this movie initially, this is now one of his favorite films, and that's why it plays such a prominent role in the massive weight of unbearable talent. Because he has the guns and there's a few other references in it. Yeah.
So here's a really weird thing with the title here, because obviously you see it says face off at the slash. You know how I was mentioned earlier with the studio having their weird thing about the whole Demolition Man comparison? They had another weird comparison where they were fighting with John Woo, of all things, over the slash and face off, because they thought people were going to be misled and think it was a sports movie, like a hockey movie.
Well, there's actually more to that, actually. Johnny Depp was really into getting into this film for the longest time, because of course at this time he wasn't like the Johnny Depp he is now.
Yeah. Okay.
But he thought it was a film about sports. He thought it was a hockey movie.
I was gonna punk you too, Nick. I was gonna put like Slapshot or something.
Or Sudden Death.
So yeah, a hockey movie. Just screw with you. I didn't have time though. You were lucky.
Tom, should we talk about what we've been holding off on talking about?
Well, we kind of brought up some of it already, so go ahead and kick it off,
No, you got it.
Well, I said the already thing about the kid, the ending.
I thought you were talking about how at the end there's a alternative ending where. Are you there, Tom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, all right. I'm trying to remember exactly how it plays out. So he's looking into the mirror at the end, and it flashes, and then he is Castor Troy still. He's not Sean Archer. He's still and it's this weird thing where you don't know if
screwed up, right?
Yeah.
You don't know if they really switch back or something.
Right. Yeah. Somehow he was able to. I don't know. I can't remember now. Damn it.
Yeah,
that's what I was hoping Tom had.
Ties him into thinking he was himself again.
Yeah, I don't remember that part. I just remember the whole kid thing here.
Yeah, it's an alternate ending.
Yeah.
Face Off to the prequel Face Off from Disease. Thank you for that, Disease. That is absolutely hilarious. I'm glad they
doesn't dress up crazy now too, right? She's all cured.
Isn't that funny? All it took was for him to be normal, and all of a sudden she's no longer the rocker girl. She's now just a standard like normie preppy girl, I guess you could say.
That's sending a bad message. I don't approve of that, by the way.
Oh no! So it's weirder than even that. So the alternate ending. So John Travolta is in the bathroom and he looks up at the mirror, but he sees Sean Castor Troy, right? But then his wife walks in and is startled by seeing Castor Troy in the mirror in the reflection as well.
That's freaky.
Then if that were to have been the case, then basically then I was just like,
and they both saw him in the reflection. That's weird as shit.
I'm glad they didn't go through with that.
That's like a little bit too much like sci-fi or more like horror thriller.
Yeah, and this movie does obviously teeter heavily on the thriller like elements, obviously because John Woo. But yeah, at that point, you're teetering on horror and psychological. I mean, there's a little bit of psychological here because of how much it messes up everyone in your life that you're wearing some dude who killed your son's face to get to him and get to a bomb and get to all the insider information. But I think it would definitely teetered on the horror element, like Dustin said. It would just made the movie like, oh, we dealt with all that and we're still stuck with it. Very horror movie like ending where the killer's still there type of thing.
But see, if we were gonna do that, you would need like some weird like seance shit instead of science. Like put them in the middle of a pentagram and be like,
or have them
minds change.
Hold on to like a DVD and spin in circles and be like, I was out your life for one day.
Why does a feather?
The kid should have been here. He should have been like, I'm Dick Grayson. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh my, what Dick Grayson? Where's my mother? Yeah, right. That was face off.
Awesome, Dave. Yeah.
My motherfucking face. And that's true. It would have been that. It would have been where's my motherfucking face. So yeah, in the credits here, you'll see Tom
see the
Dane was in
names.
here. Tom Jane was in this. Let's see here.
Oh, that's right.
See
He was.
Dietrich Hassler and
Margaret
Sarah Hassler.
Cho. Margaret Cho. I don't know if you have it like slowed down or not, but
I'll just go frame by frame. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think. There's another notable name that was in
There's
this.
Thomas Jane.
CCH Pounder, who,
Thomas
of course,
Jane.
is a CCH Pounder's a great veteran actress. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
Oh, see if there's an
blah,
after credit scene.
Well, like the thing about like Margaret Cho being in this, I don't think that her comedic talents were obviously used at all.
No, definitely not.
Like you didn't even know it was
Only a few
her.
lines.
I saw. I mean, you know,
Wasn't she like one of the kids or some shit or whatever? Anyway,
She was a cop.
No,
she
she was in
Oh,
the
she was
office.
one of the cops. Oh,
Yeah. She definitely looked a lot different then too.
she was
Like,
the one
a
that told
lot
him he must have
different.
had a surgical procedure to get the stick removed from his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she definitely changed a lot from then to
Oh, that's who that
more
was. Okay,
recent
yeah.
times.
Well, hey,
Or is
what's
it-
up, Spencer?
I have not watched this movie in like 10 years.
I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters.
I did not get a chance
Until
to watch
I
it.
watched it the other night.
Oh wow,
Dude, I've seen this movie 100 times.
So
easily.
okay, well, so Dustin, how did it feel for you from the theater to now, like 26 years later?
There were a lot less sideways jumps shooting that I remember. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it. I remember coming out of the theater being like, "Wow, okay, that was a movie."
Wow, that was a movie.
Wow, so you really sucked in the 90s, huh?
Yeah.
You were a joy to be around.
I don't have a worse for Nick Cage. As far as best, I got to think on that. But go ahead, Dustin, as you were saying.
I don't know. I remember just watching it again and being like, "Holy shit, this movie does not make any sense." I mean, like, I was like, this movie makes Jurassic Park seem like fucking like real, like it could actually happen. I don't know.
What? Bro, you can't pull on your nose and pull your face off just because you cut around the rim of it. That's not how faces
That's
work.
what I'm saying. There's nothing realistic about this movie.
Oh, I thought you said that it was realistic.
No,
My bad.
it's like the most unrealistic movie. Like,
That's not true
I've
either.
been trying to think if there's any more movies out there that are like outside of like space travel that are more that are less realistic. Like best beginning of other planets. I don't think.
Man.
Well, I'm sure we can come up with a
Like
list.
plastic
right?
suction cups, and then it's like you're healed in 8 minutes. You're ready to go.
Oh God, it was at least 2 hours. And with the pain medicine that they have today,
Yeah.
No, you just
Instant
become a
healing, yeah.
junkie with the pain medicine we have today. You're just begging for change now.
Well, gents, that was Face Off.
We all got off tonight.
motherfucking face off.
And we all faced off here tonight. Like we all gotta do that thing. Is it called Fiora or something? Oh yeah, and then do this. Everyone, put your hands down your face. In the chat, all 73 of you here in the chat, everyone put their hands on their face and put the fingers down.
What's the name of that song? When I Touch Myself, or who
What?
sang that?
What?
When I think about you,
That was Future music, right? What was that song? Who sang that?
I think that's just in your head, Mark. It's not really a song.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
when I
the
think about you, I
Divinals, the
touch myself.
Divinals,
That's the
Oh, the
the
Divinals.
The Divinals.
Can we get Tom's ratings before, because he has to run soon?
All right, Tom, I did not know you got a. Oh, you do got right. I'm sorry, Tom. Yeah, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead and do your scores, and you can run on out of here.
Yeah, I haven't really
Don't fuck
watched
this
the
up.
movie all the way through, so I'm not going to give it too much of a. I'm not going to give it a straight up score, really. At the time I remember seeing it in the theater, I probably would have gave it like I think a 7 or 8. But right now I'm not going to do that because I haven't watched the movie. But as far as toxicity goes, I mean, in that level, from what I recall of the film, It gets like probably a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Wow.
Maybe at the most. Maybe a little less. And it gets about 5 handy Randys out of 10. For all the surgeries happening in the movie, I guess it should be more than that, but it gets a few dicks off.
How frustrated? How frustrated was Randy watching this? Like, you can swap faces, but you can't give me a new hand.
Think how long it would take Handy Randy to touch your whole face.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? Could you imagine that fucker coming up to you with his fucking nub, trying to fucking waterfall your face? Oh.
So can Handy Randy do this?
No, you just pluck one of your nasal hairs.
You would just poke your eye out.
They can't transplant dicks yet, though, right? They didn't transplant their dicks in this movie.
I
right?
hope that dude never finds this.
I don't know.
Does he know does he know he goes by Handy Randy?
Dude, all right, his best friend even called him Handy Randy, so I mean he had to have known. I mean nobody called him that.
He would have to have a special keyboard and mouse to use this to use the internet. So
I mean probably do most by phone.
Yeah, he's never gonna find this.
I got nothing, but hey, what else you got, Tom? I know you gotta go. So
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. As always,
yeah.
Take care of yourselves and each other, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, I see
Tom.
We'll see you as always.
I'm cool with either. Just let me know. All right, take care.
All right,
see you, Tom.
All right, gents. I'm
number 5.
gonna shoot off on these scores, and then I will let Matt lead.
We're gonna shoot off all over these scores.
All right, I'm gonna face off by shooting up these scores.
By shooting up these scores, I think that's even worse.
It was meant to be.
Your arm's gonna rot off like Requiem for a Dream.
Oh yeah, face off. All right,
It's like
Bad Elvis, Greatness 10, Toxicity 7. Joe's atmosphere, crazy ass John Wooness abounds. Even his signature dubs. Greatness 7, Toxicity 8. Wetness, they flipped the boat. Crane to 11. Ooh, I see what he did there. Brian Barth 10-10. Keely Chow, Toxicity overall 10-10. Vince Womack gave it a 69 overall. Toxicity 4-4. Lovely Sherry 10 overall 9. Deleted scenes overall 8. Toxicity 7. Mecha J Toxic 8 overall 7.
I feel like
Cosmic
people
Vader 8 out of 10. Orgasmic Hallelujahs. And then Yignomino 7 out of 10 overall 8 out of 10. Peaches. Daddy got a lot of peaches.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand what we mean by toxicity because this thing is barely a 2 on toxicity. The only thing
Thank God for that. That's better.
oh god.
The only thing that was toxic in this movie was they let the girl. I don't know why I try to bring some class and some deep thought.
Deep thoughts with Handy Randy.
Whatever. It's 9.5 out of 10 overall. Toxicities at a 2.
I think Dustin is gonna die.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you which side I'm rooting for.
I'm crying right now. Oh.
Yeah, so am I, but in a different way. My tears are coming from my heart.
I love you, man. Oh.
Oh. Oh man, I feel like I freaking ugly cried like some girl at Starbucks.
What do you mean you're out of oat milk?
Where's my soy?
Can they not see my pronoun tags I have on my shirt? Why do they keep misgendering me? It clearly says zitzer.
All right, Mark, go ahead and go.
I don't know how the fuck I follow that, but oh fuck. That's why Mad. We're glad Mad was here tonight. God, that was awesome. So anyway, now that we're almost all almost died of heart attacks, I'm laughing so hard. But yeah, this movie is stupid fun. Yeah, Dustin. Yeah, it makes no fucking sense. Their faces would have fallen out. Faces
makes perfect sense. They switched them.
So, but I love this movie. Action's great. The stunts are great. Hopefully, I won't need CPR in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm giving this movie a 9 too. It's an A. This movie's an A. Lots of fun. Toxicity. Oh, Cage is fucking toxic in this, so I'm giving it an 8 for toxicity. 6 Handy Randys. And what else should I give this? Yeah. It's a fun movie. Yeah. So if you haven't watched it, John Woo's freaking awesome. So, and this was peak, Cage, Travolta. Yeah, they were huge back. They were huge back then. And yeah, this was height of their popularity. So it's a big deal. And I remember when this movie came out, it was really hyped, and yeah, it was fun to see in the movie theater. It's a batshit crazy movie, but God, it was fun hanging out with you guys doing this tonight and almost dying.
After seeing this, did anybody try the pickup lines? If I let you, would you suck my tongue? Anybody try that one?
Get punched.
Yeah, yeah, that didn't work too well. Yeah. What was the peach line? I could.
I could eat a peach for hours.
I would say to that one, only if you take it out first.
Wait, what?
Take it out first.
Do you know where the tongue is located? It doesn't change for a woman. It's in the same place, bro.
We should have a clip. Yeah, Dave's right. We should clip like every time that makes us laugh so fucking hard that we can't talk anymore. Like a greatest hits. Mad's greatest hits.
No, I just remember switching from singing "You Lost That Loving Feeling" in a bar to "Would you suck my tongue if I let you?" Both of them had the same results.
Oh, fuck.
I give this movie 10 out of 10 sucking tongues. Yeah.
All right, 10 sucking tongues. Thank you, Mark. 70s.
I really don't know what to say. I really have no idea what to say right now.
I don't either.
This is it's no Battlefield Earth. It's certainly no that. It's no Vampire's Kiss. It's a lot of fun though. It's not. I agree with Matt. It's not toxic.
Yeah,
there's nothing toxic about this movie. I'd give it a 3 for toxicity, possibly. It's not toxic at all, but it's just a lot of fun. It's 8 out of 10. I can't think of it. I wish they'd made the spin-off with Gina Gershon, Tits Out. That would have been a good one. But other than that, yeah. Continue.
Mad Martigan is too toxic for his shirt. Too toxic. So toxic.
First of all, I would never wear those jeans. Like I like a good boot cut, but man, that's like Jinko level of jeans.
Man, you got skinny there, Mad, too. You need to pump
it looks
up
like
there.
you're flattened against the car.
Oh, it kind of does.
By a
yeah.
steamroller.
All right, so thank you, Sherry. Thank you.
Yeah, zip up polo.
Nerd wrote this really wasn't all that toxic. 9.3 though for greatest toxic. Probably gets a 2 for the instant.
I forgot about that though. Yeah, that's the only toxic thing in it. Yeah.
And we got Darius Munchausen here with a $3 super sticker, and I think he's sending me. Wait for it. Is it the horns? Yes,
he's giving you the horn.
Yeah, he would give a spot. He's getting 5 dudes the horns. He's gonna need more hands for that. Like maybe Handy Randy could help with that. Thank you, Darius.
Oh, what the fuck, Sherry? Every time I open up my DMs and I see one from her, I mean, I'm saving them, obviously.
Oh, damn. All right, Dustin.
The best thing about this movie is this live stream. Hands down.
Bravo.
I mean, it's hard to argue that.
I mean, I love Mad. He makes shit. He tries to make me stroke out. Not stroke off, but stroke out.
Stroke it.
Why
Stroke it.
stroke it? We can stroke off.
Stroke it. Stroke off.
Oh man, I don't know. Scores, schmores. I don't know.
The French version was Jacques Ouf, I believe, was the name of the film. Anyway, sorry, Dustin.
I'm struggling to find words right now, so you can talk. I don't care.
All right, I'll go for words. I'm gonna go for the greatness of this movie gets a good strong 8.7. It's a fantastic time. It definitely has some inconsistencies as far as some
Name
of the writing
5.
goes. Huh?
Name 5, because I don't believe you.
He doesn't believe me. The dick comparison. That's one of them. Obviously, also the records with how they could have handled the surgery process there. That's another one.
Felt legit to me.
Also, Cage was better being Travolta than Travolta is better than being Cage at Travolta. I may have messed up the
It
word,
just
but
get
you
a
get
bit
the,
confusing.
you get the fucking point of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Travolta was better doing Nick than Nick was doing
you
Travolta.
are a hideous ginger.
Bonjour.
Now I see why we need ginger extinction. I mean, damn. Anyways, toxicity, I'm gonna go with a 6 because Nicolas Cage all the way with his madness. And the guy showed us that we're so much more than when we stroke off when we face off, stroking off. So yes, 6 out of 10 for the toxicity, and then that is no incestualness included in that. So next week, guys, we're gonna go do some military with Major Payne. We're gonna be going. We're gonna have a glorious time. With
I know
Payne.
every line. I mean, I by heart.
Good.
Would you find a piece of candy in your pocket?
So yeah, thank you.
Oh,
everyone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap Man. I didn't mean to offend you. Do you know sign language? Do you read lips?
Sign language.
Oh man. Do you
Are you deaf? No, Major Payne next week. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who super chatted and Joe's Atmosphere too for the direct dono and for the people who subbed. I saw a few new subs, obviously carrying over from Mead. Hopefully you liked what you saw. Hopefully you liked all the handies that Mad gave, and hopefully you enjoyed Mad giving us all heart attacks and for me booting him out a few times. It's always fun, and yeah, it's fun talking face off with these dudes. So yeah, thank you guys for your support, and of course to the frequents, thank you for hanging out with us every single week as you do. Yeah, we'll all do it here for everyone. Yeah, this is for your support. And for the new ones, we hope you come back and we can do this to you some more. And of course, thank you to Eric K and Darius for throwing down the wrenches. Next week we'll do Major Payne, and out of the comic shop talk this week, Jason Sandberg will be a guest as we show off his upcoming comic book. He'll be showing off on Indiegogo. He'll be debuting that on TNT the night before on Comics Division's channel. And I'll have a video out this week as well. And that's what's coming out on my end. And tomorrow night I'll be on Kerry Smith's 1-year anniversary deprogram. So I'll be on there tomorrow evening. That is going to be a blast. There's going to be like everyone on the planet for that. So that's going to be a blast. But we're not going out just yet. I'm going to let these gentlemen plug their plugs so they can stroke off as we end the night. And we'll let this first man stroke.
All right. So we got Keto Simple is my channel. I have hit over 3,000 subscribers. I'm at like 3,030 subscribers.
Well done, mate.
We're going to be doing a giveaway soon for that. I've been buying stuff, and we're going to give away some cool shit for that. So if you aren't subscribed, come over, subscribe, watch for that video, maybe win some cool shit. And I'm going to be hanging out with Brian the next couple of weeks. I was with Brian on Monday on his channel, the Only Talk and Roll. It's Only Talk and Roll channel, and then on his channel, Coffee with Brian, on Thursday as well. He'll tell you all about that stuff, though. But yeah, that's some shit that I've got going on, and I want everybody to watch the podcasts with Brian and me because they're amazing.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Dustin. Congratulations on 3K. I've had a good stroking time with you tonight, faces off and all.
And I want to say thanks to all you guys in the chat. Everybody's been fucking amazing tonight.
Yeah, right. These comments have been insane tonight. Chat's been just strong.
Where's Billy Squire when you need him?
Stroke.
You got dude, yeah, Jonah X with you guys are amazing. Dustin, thank you. Congratulations. I can't wait to see you hit 10K. And you will, by the way. You fucking will.
You will, yep.
All right, Mark.
It's been fun being here tonight, as always. Ain't Tuesday if it ain't toxic. And excuse me. Mad, you were fucking awesome tonight. It was great hanging out with you. You're
always fun.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Yep. Not enough appearances, not enough nudity tonight. Hopefully I don't think we're gonna fix that next week, but yeah.
Last thing we need is girl boobs in this.
But so yeah, check out my channel. Thank you for posting that, Eric K. I do a lot of toy and action figure reviews. So here's wonder if these guys did a face off, right? What would happen? But some hard traveling heroes.
Ooh.
So we got old Green Lantern and Green Arrow. So
making Neil Adams proud here with this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So as you can tell from my background, I might like comic books and toys and things like that. So check out my channel. Excuse me. Sunday Night Geekery is my show. Check that on Sunday night and sub to everyone down here. Thanks.
No, thank you, Mark, and thank you for your grand work. You really upped the game tonight. You definitely raised the bar, so some of them are definitely gonna have to be keepers. That's for sure.
Yeah, we got some good stuff tonight. Yep.
So, thank you for your wonderful work. And
Appreciate
now we have that 70s rock fan.
Well, hello. Awfully nice to see you. Yeah, I've been working, as Dustin said, I've been working with these guys called the Rock and Roll Rowdies, and these guys are veteran road and tour managers who've worked with, well, you can just see some of the names on here, worked with some of the biggest bands in the world over the decades. So I had 2 shows with one Derek Wilkinson. Last one was on my channel on Monday, that 70s rock fan channel. And Thursday morning, we've got a guy called Mal Craigs. They're all friends, these guys, and they're trying to get some TV stuff going with their life as roadies. A lot of plans they've got. But anyway, the Mal, as you can see, worked on major tours with Peter Gabriel, Genesis, Pink Floyd, The Who, you name it. I mean, these guys have seen and done it all. Some of the photographs that they've been sending me are incredible of their exploits backstage. And so Mal is on Thursday morning on Pop Culture Minefield. I have my regular Thursday morning show there, Morning Coffee with Brian. We're talking to Mal about those bands and those tours Thursday morning. I really want to get some eyeballs on this because these guys are incredible. Then next Monday on my own, that 70s Rock Fan channel, it will be the third of those guys, Alan Grange, who has worked with the likes of Bad Company, Supertramp, King Crimson, Wishbone Ash, and many, many, many other bands as well. So these guys are just a gold mine of classic rock history and memories. So yeah, check those out if you get the chance. Alrighty. That's what's coming up for me.
No, awesome. 7. It's fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna try, like, when I take a 10-minute break to my work, I'll definitely be listening in on that. Guys, 70s is under 40 subs to 1K. I think within the next week we can try to
Let's get him there.
finally
Come on.
make that happen. So within the next week, let's make that happen.
Well,
I might even plug that show when I'm on Kerry Smith's channel tomorrow night.
Well, please plug these shows I'm doing with these road managers, because these guys are the real deal.
Yes,
like, they're not just, they weren't just roadies, they were stage managers, road managers, tour managers.
Oh yeah,
They knew all the
great
artists. They're
insights.
still friends with a lot of the artists. These guys, like Wilco, that was on Monday, huge friend of Ronnie James Dio, did
Wow.
Dio tours, and we hardly even got the chance to talk about that because he's done so much stuff. So he's going to be back on again soon, and we'll be talking about that kind of thing. But yeah, these guys.
So how do we get to see these backstage pictures?
Depends which ones you're talking about. But,
Yeah.
well, then come watch the show and you'll hear the stories.
Yeah.
The stories are what count. Yeah, fascinating stuff. I mean, you're talking about guys that started road managing in the late 60s in the UK and then went global for the next 40 years, doing massive tours for major league bands internationally. So just the stories are incredible. So yeah, please check those out. If you've got any interest in rock music and its history, please come and check those shows out. These guys have been very gracious to come on my channel and do this stuff, and we're hoping to do a lot more of these. And there's the potential to bring a couple of artists in. So let's see.
Nice.
And Wilco's like an amazingly nice guy too. Super down to earth.
Lovely guy. Yeah, lovely guy. He has some funny stories. We're going to do the third show with him. We're really going to get into some of those because we barely scratched the surface. But and he worked with what we didn't talk about with Wilco is he worked on tours with people like Stevie Nicks, and we never even got to that point in his career. But he also did stuff for Image Comics. He did Cannes Film Festival for film studios. He's that kind of guy. He's worked on a lot of different stuff, not just rock stuff. So.
And what was the group that he worked with? The like the Super Trooper Cats.
Oh, Broken Lizard. He's a Broken Lizard.
Yeah,
he's he worked on various things with Broken Lizard, like Super Trooper stuff, and just logistics and sort of tour. Because these guys have done a lot of shows as well, not just the movies. So he's worked with those guys quite. He knows them very well, Broken Lizard. So just these guys are well connected, but they're lovely guys with great stories. So yeah, check it out if you can, please.
No, I hear that. Say that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna try to tune into both because I can't partake in either. You know, I know you'd probably invite me on if I want to, but I will definitely at least listen in. Man, I'm gonna see if I can try to pull some strings and inevitably be on one of these because hearing what I listen to, what I eavesdrop in on sounds absolutely amazing. So great to have you though. Dude, we're gonna get you to 1K within the next week. It's unlike Donkey Kong. I might seriously, you need to be at 1K. You're obviously worthy.
Yeah,
so
come on.
We're gonna make that shit
Everyone's up to
happen.
70s.
I think Eric, thanks for wrenching. Go ahead, 70s.
No, I was just gonna say it would be a nice milestone in respect of knowing that people are enjoying what I'm doing. I think for me, that's what it's all about. It's just a sign that there's something is worthwhile that I'm doing.
Oh, dude, you're so close. Don't just start thinking what you're doing now is it's dude. Don't even what you're been doing has been fucking.
I'm getting
awesome.
these guys on. I think these guys are a different level. I mean, this is I'm very very lucky to have these guys come to me and ask to be a part of what I'm doing and to let me in on all their plans because they've got a lot of plans in the next year for stuff. They've already got a bunch of tours booked in the UK. They're going to do a speaking tour in in concert halls and stuff. So and there's this Netflix are interested in doing a TV show on them and whatever. So for me to be a part of that, I think is it's awesome. I'm very humbled by that, but I'm determined I want to get eyeballs on these guys, so
and we'll get eyeballs on you too, strokes and all.
You can stroke my eyeballs if you wish, Nick.
I will stroke the eyeballs.
Stroke.
Mad Martigan.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have anything to fill that 45-minute promo, but check out. Yeah, you get a chance to check out the latest Movies with Mad. It was one of our best ones. Put it up there on Sunday. It's fucking awesome.
All right.
That's
You
it.
can go
man.
for another 40 minutes at least. Come on.
Oh man.
There you go. Go watch it. Go.
Everyone
go
sub to
subscribe
Mad.
to Mad. He
Sometimes drop in when he's playing video games with his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
I could do 45 minutes promoting Mad if you want, man. I'll do it for you.
I've already got my Xbox going on one monitor. I'm done.
No, Matt, it's good to have you back. And
It's great to be back.
Help you next week for Major Pain. If not, soon when we do that other set of movies. We'll just say that. So
I think you said you love Major Pain, right, man?
Are you kidding me? Is one of my
So
favorites.
you'll be here, right? Come on.
We'll see.
All right. He will come.
He gets off on Major Pain, I believe.
He gets off on Major Pain. All right, chat. Seriously, thank you guys
Major
again.
Tom.
Thanks for your support. Thanks for supporting Toxic Tuesday. We'll see you back next week with Major Pain. We're going to play our intro as our outro. All right.
Oh, don't forget.
I'd like to show you.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Say what?
I was gonna say, yeah. Oh, yeah. This.
You still here? It's over. Go home. I'd like to show you something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
You still here? It's over. Go home.